Hello, friends, and welcome to Talks Between Takes, where three grown ass men talk about basically whatever. Nomad, you're PNG tuber. What is
Oh
going
my
on
god,
with
I
this?
forgot. I forgot I was in that.
No Matt be threatening everybody this morning.
Whoa.
You're all gonna fucking watch this and like it, god damn it. I forgot I was using that.
I love how I'm just going through my fucking intro and I just look over and it's Nomad with a gun. Jesus Christ.
You all can thank Pally for giving me a 45. It was not a good choice, but we stand by it.
Nice.
Well, the intro's fucked. But it's
No, you
it's,
can recover this. I have faith.
it's always the same show, guys. For the first hour, we'll play games, shoot the shit, debate lighthearted topics. After that, we'll head to the deep dive where we'll focus on one specific topic and have honest conversations, the kind that usually only happen after the recording stops. So, yeah, we're having a big deep dive today, but we're gonna have a bit of fun before then. Uh, it's kind of interesting, as I was beginning, because for those of you who don't know, I'm the one who writes the call sheet for the episodes. As I was thinking about this, I was like, man, what kind of conversation do we have before we have a heavy conversation like the one we're gonna have today? And I was like, you know what? Part of loss is that you had something, and part of death is that you lived. And so I was like, fuck it. Like, we could talk about whatever we want, talk about legacy, talk about funny shit, and we could still kind of hit that deep later bit for the deep dive. But I know this is a sensitive topic to a lot of people, so just wanna, if you guys are just here for the front part, happy for that. And yeah, if you're here for the serious part, of course, we're gonna put up a huge list of fucking trigger warnings.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you're gonna watch this and like it, says Nomad. And you all got to see some Nomad art, so there we go.
Hell yeah.
You
How's
will
everyone-
enjoy this stream. This is a threat.
You will enjoy this stream, or else.
I had a question for everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
How many of you were just fucked by Spring Forward today? How many of you knew it was coming? I know someone on my server like warned everyone, but how many of you were like, oh my god, I lost an hour of sleep. Why is it so late? Why do I feel like I rolled over like a vampire?
I will admit it was 2 o'clock in the morning and I was doing something and all of a sudden I looked and was like, wait, when the fuck did it get to be 3 in the morning? And it took me a solid 2 minutes of like, oh, that's right, fuck.
Yeah. I ironically had the same thing. I was doing my mid-evening salutations on the porcelain throne, and I was looking at my phone, and suddenly it jumped forward an hour, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" It was daylight.
I don't
savings time.
think in 37 years of my life I've ever heard somebody refer to it as my mid-evening salutation. Do you say hi to it when you walk in the room? Hello,
did-
old friend. How are you?
Yeah, I do.
I've had
Are
had burritos today. You're in for a treat.
Man, I had a
you
whole...
ready for my second leavings? You ready to be fed?
You were gonna say something else, and I physically heard you catch that word. No.
This is not that kind of podcast, Vog. Yeah, I had a whole cheesy bread last night. I knew me and my porcelain throne were gonna have a midnight rendezvous. So yeah, I was like, hey baby, like, long time no see. Here's the good thing, okay?
Hey, baby.
I live alone. My girlfriend hasn't moved in yet. So what happens in the middle of the night is just between me and my throne. Like, once she moves in, it's gonna change things between us. But until then,
It's gonna be real weird for that girl when she walks in. You've lit candles. You got some music going.
of
It's
course.
romantic.
I mean, you like candles half for the scent, but also half for the vibes. And yeah, like, I got an Alexa in there. She plays me. I have like a pooping playlist.
Oh my god.
Thank you for the subscription.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
Hey, people love
If you
poop,
get
man.
good enough to hack the Amazon databases, you can now know what it sounds like when Dom is pooping and or having sex in the shower. It's listening to both.
No. I also have a sex playlist. I want to be really clear. There's no overlap between the poop playlist. The poop playlist has like "Let It Go" by Frozen.
Oh my god! No.
Yeah. When she hits that high note, it really just helps everything move.
Oh fuck.
Anyway, enough about the relationship between me and my throne.
Hold on. No. We're gonna ask one other question about this because we know Vogg's left hand is Jill. What's the toilet's name? Don't lie to me. Don't you fucking lie to me. What's the toilet's name?
I think something classy like Henrietta or something.
God.
Henrietta, the throne. Oh my god. Hey chat. One day, if Dom ever gets online throne, we gotta get like a smart toilet, like attachment.
Oh no,
and
no,
we'll
no,
just
no.
name it Henrietta. Talk to him while he takes a dump in it. It's like, yeah, put that in my mouth.
I want one of not that. I want one of those full like Toto, the Japanese ones though. My parents have one, and it is like the most luxurious thing I've ever. I mean, if you're gonna upgrade one part of your life, it's like it's a no-brainer. But they're also like $6,000, and I'm just
Jesus.
I don't have that kind of money.
Jesus.
Well, enough about pooping. We do a lot of crazy segments on this first part. I've been thinking for a long time about like kind of how I want to do them. And I think I found a couple that like I want to consistently bring back as we sprinkle in new ones. And I think this is going to be one of them because I think it's really interesting because we all have such different tastes in these things and life. And so we're going to do a segment called What's on Our Radar? What are we playing, watching, reading, and listening to right now? Let you get a little sneak peek behind the men. So let me start. What's everyone playing these days?
My brother in Christ.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what you're playing, Nomad.
There is literally nobody in this fucking community and the surrounding 20-mile radius of my home that doesn't know what I'm playing. It came out. I was early access. I was level 90 within 4 days. I was level 90 for the second time in my life. And that's a wild statement to make. I hit level 90
Oh my god.
13, 15 years ago.
Oh wow.
And it's all happening again. It's midnight, baby, and we're playing World of Warcraft.
And you're maining a DPS warrior, right?
Fucking Fury Warrior for the win because I don't want to think. I just want to smack things with my big fucking sword.
Yeah, Val, were you a warrior or a paladin back in the day?
In the very beginning, I was a arms warrior. In the very beginning, that's my first character. And then it was paladin after that, I think. But when Pallies became the only true viable tank in Wrath of the Lich King, it was Pally all the way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to turn the fuck
You're
around.
good at something.
I'm gonna need you to turn the fuck around and say what you just said to my motherfucking face. World first
You are a Fury
with a
warrior.
prop
You don't
warrior.
even tank.
No,
You are
I was the lead tank for my guild. World firsting.
Dude,
I was a prop warrior lead
too.
tank.
I prop warrior too, but in Wrath, dude,
I made it work.
Tab targeting, fucking cleaving to try to get groups. You needed a good off tank. You could main tank the shit out of a single target.
You should always have an off tank though.
You need a good off tank. I couldn't trust a lot of off tanks. I'm not
off-tank.
gonna lie. I couldn't trust a lot of off tanks.
My druid off tank was dope as hell. That dude was all over picking up ads and everything. It was great.
Yeah.
Guys, this is a World of Warcraft stream now.
Apparently.
Well,
I will say, I do remember us and Lich King running Guardian Druid and Prop Pally.
Guardian Druid was dope. Prop Pally is still good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I have nothing wrong with Paladin tanks.
Yeah.
This man just said with his whole chest that the only good tank in Wrath was Prot Pally, and I'm over here as the living, breathing example of protection warriors. How dare you, sir?
I would say Prop Alley is the most turn your brain off in Wrath of the Lich King. Like you don't have to worry. You get
that's
you
fair.
get everybody. Like with Prot Warrior, it was literally because I started Wrath as Prot Warrior. It was literally like tab targeting, like freak out, fucking damage mitigation, like constantly on the run. Especially if your off tank wasn't good. But I'm sure the people in the crowd didn't come here for this.
No, they absolutely did, guys. You're all here for World of Warcraft. All right. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I've been playing World of Warcraft. I did 4 fucking days at like Nomad, but I hit 90 last night, baby. My Ellie Shaman is 90, and now I'm leveling up a Unholy. I mean, literally after this, I'm gonna steal Nomad away to do some Mythic Pluses. Like 100%.
After I'm done recording, I gotta record.
No, fuck recording, man. They can wait a couple days, right, chat? You can wait a couple days.
Patreon, this man does not speak for Nomadic Productions. That is the opinion of one Dom talks between takes.
What if we do an for about World of Warcraft? We just ad lib it, like Thrall X Anduin.
No. MM4A. Your poly boyfriends are getting angry playing World of Warcraft.
And need somewhere to take that aggression out.
And that's only going to be on the that's going to be on the $10 tier of Patreon. What do you mean? Please don't give JC ideas, Lexi. We could just make this MMM4A. Like that's all we got to do.
Yeah, MMM for A. The boys can't clear the final boss, so they need to clear you instead.
I feel like I am flanked currently by Alex.
Oh yeah, you are. Well, what are you playing right now?
Yeah, what are you playing?
What am I playing? I've been playing some Ribos, but I slowed down a little bit because of how I don't know if anyone's been following the news. I'm assuming not many people have been following the game news, but there's like a lot of intentional throwing going out. There's literal bounties being posted online for people to get thrown. It's just becoming a really toxic community that they're only starting to address now. So it's just become a less fun experience overall. But what I'm super excited for is next Thursday, not this coming Thursday, Crimson Desert is dropping.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is in the same universe. Originally was meant to be a prequel to Black Desert Online, but is not anymore, and it's its own thing in the same universe. Super exciting. They've been working on it since 2018. So
that's wild. Is it like an MMO?
No, single player, open world.
Dope. I always need more single player games. I've also been playing Slay the Spire, which is my new single player addiction. So huge shout out to Eris, who mentioned it on stream. And Eris has impeccable taste because she dates Nomad. So I was like, okay, I gotta try this out.
I can take credit for a lot of things. She just has really good game taste, just from start to finish.
That's fair.
She's got very good taste when it comes to games.
I just like flirting with you, Nomad. What can I say?
I do, and listen, I love when y'all flirt with me. I do. It makes my day. But I gotta give her the credit where the credit's due. Like I can't be that piece of shit.
That's so fair. Okay, so playing Black Desert, we got 2 WoW addicts in chat. What are you guys watching?
Shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is anyone like a consumer of that sort of media?
Dude, I mean, okay, so shows when they're popular, for example, I'm waiting for all the episodes of Fear in season 2 to drop, and I can't wait, but I don't want to fucking get ahead of it and just wait a week, right? So once the full season season 2 of Fear in drops, I will be on that shit like fly on rice. But and also I really loved the Fallout season 2, but there's nothing I'm currently watching because I finished it. What else did I really enjoy watching? Can't remember. Dude, this was a while ago, but Alien Earth was so good, and I can't wait for a season 2 on that.
I've never heard of that. What is that?
Alien Earth? It just a TV series in the Alien universe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've been watching. My girl showed me. I don't know if you guys know who Brian David Gilbert is.
No.
He's like a YouTube content creator. He used to work for Polygon, and he does hilarious fucking videos about like Bowser's military hierarchy and structure, or fucking he did one about OSHA violations in Super Smash Brothers. Like,
Nice.
they're really, really good. Really, really good if you have a chance. Brian David Gilbert. It's called Unraveled. I binge them and they're so fucking hilarious. I could not stop. Nomad, I think you in particular would appreciate them because he's real nerdy. He does one about the Zelda timelines, which, as we all know,
Okay.
there are like 7 Zelda timelines because of
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and he goes into like these obscure fucking Japanese only like Pog games to draw the timelines together. It's fucking
Oh
hilarious.
God.
Go watch it. It's very old, but so good. What about you, Nomad? What are you watching these days? Or
See,
just
I'm
like
kind
a-
of in this. I'm
like
kind
a-
of in the same boat. I don't watch much TV, so it'd be more like YouTube's.
Mhm.
Hmm.
A lot of Mini Minute Man, which is a guy who does a lot of archaeological and historical content. Specifically, a lot of what he does
Mm.
is look at like the shit pseudo archaeology, and he just did basically 3 hours of content dedicated to debunking ancient aliens. The History Channel TV show.
Oh,
Mhm.
What's about
You-
I will admit. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. I was gonna say, you guys can see we have really niche interests in watching.
Yeah.
Like nobody's watching like heated rivalry or anything.
We have obviously never watched anything together.
no, literally nothing. No. There's no shared interest. Here.
I don't even have cable anymore. Like I watch things on Prime occasionally because I have Prime, so I've got that,
mhm.
or I watch on Netflix. Yeah, but I don't watch a ton of like newer shit. What was it? I watched something recently. Oh, Night of the Seven Kingdoms. That's probably the last like main thing, which was great. I loved Night of the Seven Kingdoms, but
Okay, because I've been
Brother, I got a
waffling about
question.
watching that.
I got a question.
All right.
Yeah.
Who under 50 still has cable?
right?
I mean, I get cable for free through my building, so
Oh my gosh, I'm dumb. I'm so privileged.
I don't really know if it's privileged. I mean, it's part of my rent. Like,
Oh my god, my building gives me cable and hot water. That's so good to me from the upper echelon.
yes, my building does let me pay for a hot water. Yeah.
Bitch ain't out here showering with a bucket full of ice. I'm just saying. Can
No.
you really trust a man?
No. I mean, no man.
It ain't
do you
it
guys
ain't a
have
cold
hot
plunge
water?
when you broke.
Like, do you
Oh my god, wait, no, have you that's right, Dom has never heard the fucking shower excursion that I've been on for the past 2 years.
No.
You should, yeah. Does the chat
My-
know?
Most of my chat knows, but
Okay.
I have been on a fucking adventure. So we moved in to this place, give or take 4 years ago, maybe 3.5. When we moved in, we lived here for like a year and a half. Everything was fine, and then one day I noticed a soft spot forming in the shower underneath the tiles. It happens. It's a very small bathroom. Steam collects, and one day I'm sitting here and I hear Eris kind of yell. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? And she's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And I run into the bathroom and she had slipped and she tried to put her hand out to just kind of catch herself. And she basically went right through the tiles. And
Oh
put, like,
Jesus.
yeah, she put like a 4 or 5 tile hole in the shower. So I'm like, all right, no, it's fine. We knew that this was going. I told Bill, our landlord, it's fine, whatever. It's 1,000,001 name. I told our landlord, he was like, all right, I'll take care of it. Just do me a favor, cover the hole. I think I may have told him that I did it because I wasn't gonna, put Eris out there. Yeah, it took him a year to fix it
Oh Jesus.
because he kept, oh yeah, I'm trying to find a tile guy. I'm trying to find a tile guy. finally, he found a tile guy who walked in, took one look, and said, "That's because you can't just do these 4 tiles or 5 tiles that you want me to do.
Yeah, you got
I
to
have to
redo
do
the
a
whole floor.
section."
Yeah.
So it ended up that he did a whole new section of tile that was about a year ago, give or take. 3
Mhm.
weeks later, 4 or 3 of the tiles that he had done fell back out because he hadn't set them in the mortar properly.
Jesus.
So I put up the fucking shower, the garbage bag in again, and it was another year until this Thursday they came in and finally did it.
So what have you guys been doing to shower if there's a huge hole?
There's a garbage bag in our there was a garbage bag in our shower, which I just tape it over it.
Oh, damn.
Oh, Jesus.
Holy shit.
There's
Yeah.
a reason why at the end of this year, when our lease is up, we're
Yeah.
unless he comes back to me and says I'll knock $300 a month off on your rent, we're out of here.
Well, the reality is like a water bag works, but like water gets into everything. And if there's just an open hole into the innards of the building, like
From a legal standpoint, a
Yeah, the
hole
building
in
code
the
is way out of-
shower,
Yeah.
the building code does not grant that a CO. And if I had reported him, I could have immediately had him fined. I could have stopped paying my rent for a while if I wanted. I was decent about the whole goddamn thing. I was trying to be anyway, but he.
I mean, I would have been decent for like the first like 4 weeks, and then I would have been like, hey, fix this or else.
Now,
Like,
Mhm.
yeah, because that's also dangerous for you guys.
oh yeah,
hmm
Jesus.
I mean, it's dangerous in the aspect like you're constantly, even no matter how small the hole is, you're getting mold growing and you're breathing that shit.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're gonna throw Nomad Neris a house. That's our next big donathon.
We're working on that right now. It's a question of, are we staying in the Northeast? Or are we getting out and going like Midwest?
Hey man, no,
Come
come
here.
come over to us, bro.
Yeah. Come over here.
Motherfucker, you
It's
think it's not
warm.
affordable over here? What the fuck do you mean? I know where you both live. What the fuck do you mean?
Yeah, but Nomad, think about how much they love coffee here. Like you could be, dude, you could be king.
You're like,
You could have a
"Coffee
mansion.
king."
Yeah.
I'd have to change companies because the coffee company I work for doesn't go out to that coast. But
No, man, you just bring them out, and you're like, we're competing out here now, and we're sending our best and brightest to the Nomad Tales. And you, dude, I know some people will send you around. We'll do some charming. We'll get you set up out here, and yeah, you'll be the coffee king. It'll be like Yakuza.
if I'm the best and brightest, we got a real problem on our hands.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And for legal purposes, Nomad is the best and brightest if his employer is watching.
You mean my father?
Yeah, I hope your dad is watching. Papa Nomad?
No, he's at a bar in Manhattan drinking Irish whiskey.
He can do both. I've
Oh,
watched
God,
streams
I'm
of bars
This time in the
before.
morning?
You got to remember it's 1:00 over here.
At this
My
time,
mom's-
yeah. Okay.
My mom's doing a reading. It's at a bar, so he's like, "Oh, screw it, I'm here. I'm gonna have a drink or two."
Yeah, I mean, if I'm in a bar with a good whiskey list, I don't care if it's 8 a.m., I'll have a drink. Just
Oh.
one. Just to take the edge off.
Oh, I don't think he's getting splato, but
Yeah, even if he is, go Papa Nomad.
good for him. You know what? At least one of us is.
What are you guys reading these days? Are you guys big readers? I know I am.
Yes.
What's the book?
Oh, Jesus. To be fair, I think in all the time I've known Vogue, I've never seen him with a book. So a book is one of these rectangular things. They got scribbles in them.
Holy shit.
They've got
Yeah.
scribbles.
It's like if you took a script and then bound it and made it more interesting and took out all the stage direction. Yeah.
That would be crazy. I wouldn't know what to do if I didn't have stage direction. I would just like kind of freeze in place.
Well, you don't actually act it out. You just read it to yourself.
What the fuck is read?
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Dom and Nomad are in the library reading, enjoying our time.
Oh,
Fog's
yeah.
just in the back stacks with a book in his mouth. Like,
The librarian comes to us and she's like, "Are your friends okay? Is your friend okay?" We look at him like fucking feral, like eating pages. Like, yeah. This is the best thing
very
he knows
normal.
how to do with a book.
very normal. Did you
Yeah.
like that book? You're not gonna in a couple minutes. Just accept that.
He learns exclusively through osmosis, and osmosis only works on his mouth.
This motherfucker out here buying a Vitamix not because he wants the blender for its extent. It's the only thing that can handle him blending books.
They're like burning all the books, and Vogue is like, "Ooh, it's like s'mores."
If I mix in the ashes with
burnt
some milk,
pages.
it's basically protein powder.
Yeah,
It's
that's
crispy. Nom, 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 nom.
True. That's true. No, I like someone in chat was like, Vogue can exclusively read fan fiction about him.
Oh,
God.
Yeah, Vogue
Oh,
does have.
God.
I've got an
AO3
AO3 tag.
Yeah, I
mean, same here, but
I'm fairly certain I do not have an AO3 tag, and I would like it to stay that way, please.
someone in
Motherfuckers,
chat,
if I ever
please
see
make an
the
AO3
Vogmad AO3 tag, I'm coming for people's scalps.
I think it'd be. I feel like I like Nog. Nomad
yes.
Vogue.
Nog would also work.
Nog.
Yeah,
Nog is a good one.
yeah, yeah. I like
Yes.
that. Chat, please AO3.
The voice of Nomad.
Well, okay. Vogue is eating books. Nomad, what are you
Mhm.
reading these days?
Oh, a lot.
Are you like a multi-book reader?
Yeah.
At a time?
Yeah.
Oh God, he's one of those, chat.
So, well, I got
a
done
book.
with the most recent Travis Baldry, the not Bookshops and Bone Dust. I can't remember the name right now, but the next one, the one that just came out, I just finished that. I picked up Neuromancer, which is
Ooh, very good.
yeah, it's one of the two that's credited with starting the cyberpunk genre. Because I really need the existential dread of reading a book, going, "Oh, this is just happening now." Great.
Yeah, you're talking about the one by
Um,
William Gibson?
Yep.
Yeah, very
think-
good.
Yeah. And then after that, it's a toss-up, either Dungeon Crawler Carl, or I might dip off to a book called There Is No Anti-Memetics Division. It's sci-fi horror by an author named Quantum, who the whole idea is we live in a world where there are creatures called anti-memetics. They can basically remove the knowledge of themselves from your brain, so they could be influencing the entire world, and we don't even know it. It's real dark, but I'm kind of here for it. And then nonfiction wise, I just got, what the hell did I finish? Color of Law by Jermaine Fowler. I just finished that one.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, because I really I like myself lately, and it's all light reading for me.
Look at you.
Uh,
Look at you.
Look at me nodding along. Like
Yeah.
I understand
Okay, to be
the words
fair,
that
to be
were
fair.
said recently.
I will out Vogue. Vogue, you do read webtoons. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, webtoons are great.
Yeah.
They're real, like, you turn off your brain and you enjoy a story. Yeah, and there's pretty pictures. You know what I mean?
Have you read the follow-on series from the greatest real estate developer guy?
There's a follow up. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's called.
What's it
Oh
called?
God, it's literally one of the ones I'm reading. It's called "What a Bountiful Harvest, Demon Lord." It's really good. It's about a guy who gets isekai'd into a demon lord body, and he's like, "We're not gonna eat humans. We're gonna farm potatoes." And everyone's like, "What?"
Wait, that's a fall. I didn't even know that was the same universe because that was
Yeah,
still going on during the same thing.
It's a prequel because remember when he goes to the demon
Oh.
place? Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're all just farmers. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do.
No spoilers.
Yeah, no, yeah, no spoilers. I'm reading that. It's really good. Also, the greatest real estate developer. If you guys do not read webtoons, is worth a read. I'm also reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, but a webtoon version, which is fantastic. But I am like a one book at a time sort of person. So I am reading. I introduced my partner to Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, which is probably one of my favorite books of all time. And we're now reading through the second one, A Wise Man's Fear. And after that, we're going to do Discworld series, which is really, we're just on a fantasy binge. But if you guys have not read Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, I don't care if you're not a fantasy reader, one of, in my opinion, the greatest written books of all time.
I made sure to buy the recent collector's edition I saw at Barnes and Noble has like nice red edge painting on it. It's like, ooh.
Oh yeah.
I'm a hoe for good edge painting. Like there's 3 books on my shelf. They're trash. I make no qualms. They're utter garbage of books. God, do they look good with that edge painting though? Woo!
Yeah, I have 2 signed copies by Patrick Rothfuss that sit on my
Nice.
shelf. Yeah, and I don't read them anymore. I have a second copy to read. But yeah, God, I love that series. I will preface that by if anyone takes my suggestion to read them, I will say the series is never done and will never be done ever.
It's Song of Ice and Fire all over again.
Yeah, but worse because I don't think Rothfuss released the last book in 2011, and so it's been 15 years. All right. Well, okay. So we've done playing, watching, reading. So my last one is, what is everyone's listening to these days? And I know this is near and dear to my heart because the new J. Cole album just came out, and I'm fucking obsessed.
Oh, I didn't even think of music. I was thinking like podcast type stuff.
I was gonna say, do you want the
Oh,
podcast or
I
do you
mean-
want the music?
I mean, hey, whatever, man. I mean, I'm listening to this great podcast called Thoughts Between Takes. We have 3 whole followers on Spotify. So if you guys want to
Oh,
come follow
shit.
us on Spotify, and one of them is me.
Damn.
So you could be one of the OGs.
I should probably follow it. I think.
Probably. Not a bad
Probably a
idea.
little bit.
It's hilarious because on YouTube we're getting like 2 to 5 subscribers a day. On Twitch we get fairly regular subscribers. On Spotify we get nothing. Yeah, we're
Probably
on
because we never
Spotify.
said that we're on Spotify here.
It's in the link tree. Click the link tree.
Yeah, but you gotta
You know-
actually
you know what-
say it to people.
Yeah. Nobody looks below this video. You know what you should do in the opening scene? You should just leave like the logos, like little like animated logos popping up just for Spotify and YouTube and Twitch, and just like
Sure, I'll
watch this out
I'll
here.
totally figure out how to do that in the opening
Yeah.
scene.
Pally,
Yeah.
get on it. Pally,
Yeah.
it's your new mission.
Yeah, great, cool, yeah.
No. Pally, you stay with the other mission that I gave you.
What? Pally's doing
actually,
work
wait,
for
no,
me.
no. You have
Like-
another mission from me that you know is
Wait,
more important than the rest of them.
You'll
Are-
be in my home in less than 4 weeks.
Pally.
wait. Is this
go
why
over the
Pally's
dark
commissions
side.
closed so
Don't go over the
quickly?
dark
Is it
side.
just the 3
Oh yeah,
of
no,
us?
yeah. I can safely say I probably usually account for somewhere around the neighborhood of 30 to 40% of Pally's commissions from month to month.
So you know that this time it's mostly me. So you
Want to fucking fight? You want to fucking go?
Yeah. You let's go. Let's go.
I will come to your home and I will spray pollen in your face. You'll be done.
Ooh,
Oh, you
fucking
son of a bitch.
ooh, you're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
spray all over his
Fucking
face.
hell.
There ain't
Wow.
enough acai berries in the world to put me down now, baby boy.
Fuck
Oh, wait.
so for
wait.
context,
Are you allergic to
Uh.
acai?
Yeah.
You poor
I didn't even know that.
bastard.
That sucks.
You poor bastard.
Damn.
I found out I was working at a liquor store when I was in college. It was how I paid for college. And somebody came in with acai liquor. It was like a new vodka. And I've had vodka plenty of times. So I was like, yo, that's fine. And she was like, yeah, you want to have a taste test? I fucking started swelling. I started getting dizzy. I couldn't breathe. I was like,
Oh.
what the
jeez.
fuck?
Dude, that's so unfortunate because acai is one of the most delicious things on the planet. I have acai
Yeah.
every day.
Legitimately. Ooh, every day. That's pretty good.
Yeah, man. Okay, so here's a real hack for people. If you're not a protein shake person, do an acai shake in the morning. You get the Sambazon acai. You do scoop of protein powder and some almond milk or oat milk if you're bougie, with some peanut butter powder. You blend it all up. It's like 230 calories, 52 grams of protein, all the fiber and multivitamins you need. Acai shake in the morning. Try it. It's amazing.
You were the
So what I'm
only.
hearing is that we got to give this to Nomad
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Like,
feed him.
Possibly slip it into his coffee.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
sweet boy. my sweet robotic boy. I have been drinking coffee so goddamn long, I can smell when it's wrong.
Yeah, acai is amazing though. If you have not tried it, it's worth it. Go to the frozen section of your grocery store. Sambazon acai, they're like the only ones who make it. It's so good,
mm.
so fucking good. Also, Store-bought acai is really good, but it's packed with like sugar and shit, and you don't need it. It's better without it. Sorry, I'm an acai elitist, man.
No,
Apparently.
I just have no, I cannot comment. It will literally, it tries to kill me. It's like
Yeah.
Eris and Spice. It tries to kill her.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
I do think it's hilarious that the Latina is allergic to spice.
The Latina from Puerto Rico and Colombia is fucking allergic to
Yeah.
spicy food and guava.
We should.
Oh, I
we
didn't
should,
even know guava was a part of that.
Oh,
Oof,
that
that's
sucks.
rough.
Yeah.
We're not okay.
That's
to be
rough.
fair, we're not 100% about the guava because the one time that she got real sick with guava, she was also she just gotten off a plane to Puerto Rico. She does not travel well, and she was just rocked. So it might have just been that she was sick. We've been meaning to try guava while we're here at
Yeah.
home. If she gets sick, I can,
Mhm.
okay, here's some tea. Stay over the toilet. Don't worry. I won't tell Henrietta that you're cheating on her.
Yeah, I'll worship the porcelain throne, man. Hey, also Henrietta's all mine. Don't fucking touch her. Okay, that's my throne. I do
Hey,
not
sometimes
share.
Henrietta
House-
needs from mouth to mouth.
No, I have a guest bathroom where the presidents can go.
I'm sure you have a guest bathroom. That's not. Oh my god.
Mouth to mouth is crazy, Bob.
I think I'm gonna go walk down the street to Main Street and see if there's a decant bus coming that I can throw myself in front of.
No, we only throw Pally in front of buses. Okay, that's the joke of
No.
the
We only
podcast.
throw Pally through in front of mid-sized sedans while she's on a Vespa. That's what we do.
Wait, she was riding a Vespa? That's
she was riding a Vespa.
hilarious.
The worst part is,
rough.
I was so pissed off because at first, when she told me the story, I thought she'd been hit by a Vespa. My mom has a Vespa. She's got like the classic red, like proper Vespa. I was gonna go to my parents. I was gonna take a bunch of photos of myself on my mom's Vespa, looking extremely threatening, and then just randomly, when like Pally's really pissing me off or something, just like send them to her, like, "Hey Pally, I'm coming for you." And she's like, "No, I was on the Vespa," and I was like, "Well, god damn it! Now I have to take a bunch of pictures of myself under a Vespa," and it's a whole solidarity thing. It just doesn't work the same way.
Hey, Pally. I know you're probably already almost done with my emotes. Can we get a Pally bus emote, please? I think we.
She wasn't hit by a bus. It was a sedan.
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
It's all topical.
We're changing the story. We're changing it. Pally, you now got hit by a decamp bus.
Yeah.
History is being rewritten.
Yeah. It's funnier that way.
Let it be
And
so.
we'll joke that it's the sus bus.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Dave
this is
fell
how we-
asleep at the wheel, and then we ran
I've
over
got-
Pally.
I've got this picture of Dade and fucking Vogue. Vogue panicking, Dade looking like furiously focused, and Pally just sprinting down the road in my head now.
I have no idea what Pally looks like, but I imagine her. I know this is not true. I imagine her like a cyborg, like with like a full metal leg, and so like every other step she bounds like 20 feet forward.
Wait, just behind the wheel, furious.
The
I have to kill
outrunning
the
the
clanker.
Thank you so much, Anthony, for the sub. I can't believe people subscribe to us when we talk about this shit. Thank you so much.
By the way,
all right.
fun fact, this was supposed to be what we were listening to, not, hey, let's go off on the world's wildest tangent without chasing down Pally with a plot.
We're all listening to Pally get chased down by a campus.
That is the sounds that we sleep to. You guys have ASMR. We have an engine chasing after a screaming Pally.
In my dreams, I see Pally every night sprinting from the bus. I think it's funny that Pally, who, by the way, lovely human, lovely artist, if you ever need anything, go to Pally, agreed to mod for us, and in return, we just throw her under the bus.
I have said this, and I will say it until I am fucking blue in the face. Pally is my little sister now. I'm allowed to do this. Anybody else fucking tries this, I will go fucking I did the other day in my chat. Somebody came in and tried to accuse this very PNG tuber. Was like, "Oh my god, I don't know how I feel about you using AI for your PNG tours." Like,
I saw that.
my brother in
Yeah, I
Christ,
saw
what
that
do you mean
too.
AI?
Okay,
It's AI. I was like, no, it's Pally. She's my artist. She streams all her fucking work. Are
Here's-
you sure?
I was-
No.
I was in that chat, and I think it's hilarious that because AI art is extremely detailed, right? Like that's what it's known for, but also we watch Pally make them, like everyone does. So Pally, you're
she
that good.
streams everything she does just about.
Yeah. First AI accusation is wild. I guess that's kind of like we got our first hate comment on YouTube, and I was like, oh, we've made it. Like,
Yeah,
we've
about
made it.
me. About
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
God
How
damn it.
yeah.
I was told to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
as a comment
it's
on
true.
YouTube. It was like, what the fuck? That was
Yeah. Yeah. So I make the clips now, and sometimes I don't put them intentionally out of context, but you know how clips are, they're by definition out of context. Vogue was talking about how what was it? Success leads to comfort, comfort leads to laziness, and
are you
someone was
satisfied?
yeah, someone was like, "Shut the fuck up! You know what you're talking about? Like people struggle every day," and we were like, "Yeah, that's what we're talking about." I love it. I love the hate. It sustains me.
It feeds you. It feeds you a little bit.
Yeah,
It's-
the hate train, man.
It's funny because I was talking to my partner, and she's like, people online can be really mean. I was like, I know, I am people online sometimes.
I am people online.
Man, you've seen me at the end of fucking rivals matches. Like, if people are nice, I'm like, yeah, good game, like well played. If people are toxic, I'll be like, oh, oh, little baby gotta go cry to mommy. Like, go cry to mommy.
What was it having two parents that just didn't love you? Tell me, because I
Yeah.
don't know. Mine loved me. It's great. I have a great relationship. How's yours doing?
Yeah, what was it like being a fucking trash baby? Like,
Oh, Jesus
Was it
Christ.
hard growing up when your mother looked and said, God, I wish I had just swallowed?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh.
I will say loud and proud, like, I am a very nice person. I am also an incredibly petty person, if you get
I'm
on my
not.
bad side. Nobody
I'm
knows that
not.
better than AST in chat. She, in the very beginning, made, one, mean comment towards me, and I've now, I don't want to say tortured. I've now trolled her for,
You have.
7 months.
You have tortured her. You tortured a number of people in chat specifically.
No. I don't torture them. I make fun of them with
Uh-huh.
love.
There it is.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. It's AST. Everybody bullies
Yeah,
AST.
it's
okay.
no, sorry, it's asked. Asked.
Oh,
like
yes,
like I
little
asked you a
asked, how you
question.
doing?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, she said something crazy last night that I want to share. So we were on, I don't remember whose channel it is, but I jump in. I think Tonks was playing something, and the first thing I see Ast says is, all of my entrances are memorable. And I was like, holy shit, that's such a bold thing to say in front of a bunch of chat. Like, good for you and your partners. Like, I hope that's all good for you. But holy shit, to come into that.
That's
Ooh.
wild energy.
Yeah, right. All my entrances are
Yeah.
memorable. Maybe, you know what? Maybe
I see. I
maybe-
see.
maybe the
breaking
next-
past those seals.
Yeah, maybe the next background, I'll have a banner that says all my entrances are memorable.
I mean, I feel like we need I feel like we need the metadata for that. Like, have you done the appropriate field work? Have you gotten the
Yeah.
responses back? You know?
Yeah, like, is it a statistically
I need some
significant
references.
number?
I can provide references about my entrances. I'm just saying.
Well, speaking of tight entrances,
Oh
I
gosh.
was like, I feel like people know you guys really well. You guys stream. People are starting to get to know me really well. And I was thinking, obviously, like Vog and I are real life friends. Nomad and I are online friends so far. And I was trying to think, wow, for all the things people must know about you guys, I'm sure there is some things that they don't know about you. And so I came up with a list of questions that I was like, these are all things that I thought of yesterday while I was going about my day. And I was like, people probably don't know this about me. And so I'm gonna start. I feel like girls have capitalized girl dinner, and I love that for them. Girl dinner is a real thing. Ladies, your girl dinner is valid, but boy dinner is also a thing. And so I want to ask, like, what is your guys' boy dinner? For me, it's like everything is when everything is basically out of my fridge. I have like no real food. I love to do toast and honey. Like, that's my boy dinner. It has like
Ooh.
it has no real macro
Nutritional
benefit,
value.
but it's so fucking good, and it like tides me over until I can motivate myself to like get my ass up and go get some food.
I just
Toast
come
and
up
honey
with
sounds
something.
amazing.
It
is
does. Like
really
actually, that
good.
just sounds really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Like so what you do is like you toast to really warm and like kind of crunchy your bread, and then you
Mm.
just put honey over it. Bananas are also a great addition to it, but I mostly just do honey. It's like the sweetness of the honey, the thickness and crunchiness of the toasted bread. So good.
Mm.
I just sound like a fucking trope of myself with what I'm about to say. It
Dude,
doesn't
dude.
matter what I have in the house. There will always be certain staples just in case of an emergency. And if I'm like really I don't want to do shit, I go to the cupboard, I grab a can of baked beans, I put that shit in a pot, I heat it up for 10 minutes, I put that shit in a bowl, I eat an entire bowl of baked beans by myself.
Ooh, I make a really good
Hell
baked
yeah.
beans with bacon.
Oh, I can make a really good one. We're not talking about me making. We're talking about the
Just out of the package.
down and dirty boy dinner of I can't be fucking bothered today. There it is.
I mean, yeah, baked beans are
Nice.
fucking delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. So I have to, yeah. Blue pointed out I have to definitely try Dom's, toast and manuka honey.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
God,
would really well.
that would be great. Oh, the spread would be really nice. I
Mhm.
will say, along the lines of like toast and like easy to find things. I'm not gonna lie, I did a lot of peanut butter and sugar toasts.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
It gives
Yeah.
you a nice little crunch and texture to the peanut butter if you use like smooth butter, peanut butter with it. It's not good for you at all. Tastes amazing.
Yeah, I
Holy
mean,
shit.
boy dinner doesn't have to be good for you. It's like late night or like early morning, whatever. You don't have. I don't know. I just like I love girl dinner. I love that concept. I think boy dinner is just girl dinner but lazier.
Yeah.
I'm also with you, Nomad. Like beans, I'll do like
Yeah,
a can of
straight
black
beans.
beans, or like
Mhm.
I have a very nice new rice maker that keeps rice warm for like 72 hours. I'll do like beans and rice, or just rice. Honestly, rice or like rice, crack an egg on top of it.
Ooh, just straight
Oh,
up
yeah.
rice.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
cracking an egg.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, cracking an egg, a raw egg in it, and just mixing the yolk inside.
Yeah, yeah. God, now I'm fucking
Yeah,
hungry.
I've never
man.
heard of a rice cooker that can keep a rice for 72 hours. That's insane. Is
Bro.
it still fluffy?
Oh yeah, it's so good, man. When you come over, I'll show you. Like,
Did
I
you
didn't.
get God's rice cooker? That's incredible.
It's a $400 rice cooker. I'm not
Jesus
afraid to admit it.
Well,
It was worth every penny.
I was gonna say I bought a $160 Zojirushi, so I can't say too much.
Yeah, it's a Zojirushi. It's like the one of the like with
Yeah.
It was
Jeez.
honestly, chat. If you are a luxury person, like a nice rice cooker is absolutely worth it. I didn't believe it at first, but like it's paid for itself in amount of times it's made me not go out to eat already.
Yeah.
And I've only had it for like 3 months.
Dude, I still make rice in a pot. I don't even have.
Bro, you are the worst Asian person I know.
What do you mean? To be able. Okay. To be able to make a rice without a rice cooker, I would say it's pretty Asian.
Dude, I don't know. Every Asian household
But
I
a
go
lot
into,
of them don't know how.
they have like 10 rice cookers, man. Like,
Also, I love Lexi is 100% right. I love Zojirushi for the fact it sings to me when my rice is done.
yeah, it sings to me. Yeah. I mean, Japanese appliances in general are just fucking amazing.
Anytime I go into a house, I know they have the exact same washers as I do, because it sings when their laundry is done. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get my laundry out. Then I stop. I'm like, wait, I'm not home. Shit.
Yeah. My laundry machine sings to me too. I just love appliances that sing to me. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah.
oh, okay. What's your hangover cure? We all have one. We must.
I'm a bad person. Something greasy, and
Oh, but
preferably
that's-
something
yeah.
I can order, and a red Gatorade.
Ooh.
Like,
I get those
I have-
electrolytes back.
I have legitimately been passed out on the floor of my apartment. The apartment I lived in before I moved in with Eris, I had this big long front hallway area. I woke up in that hallway. My head was screaming. I looked around. I was like, okay, I'm here. The door's at least locked, so I made it home safe. And I looked and I saw my phone was just within reach. I legitimately reached over. I grabbed it. I Uber Eats myself a fucking cheesesteak from the local
Oh
pizza
my
place.
god.
And a side of fries. And then I while I was waiting for that, I dragged myself. I didn't even get up because I was shaking. It was that bad. I dragged myself to the kitchen to get the Gatorade. And by the time I got back to the door, it had taken that long. The food was there, so it was great.
Wait, it took you that long to get to the fucking door?
From the door to, because my apartment was very long at that time. Like, I could actually do, what was the one I used to do? It was the bear crawl exercise for calisthenics, where you're walking like you're a bear.
Ooh,
I could
yeah,
do
yeah, yeah.
a 2x20 from my front door to my kitchen. There was like a little turn thing I had to do in there, but I could do it all within one pass through.
Interesting.
It took me like 25 minutes. It was bad. It was
Yeah.
really bad hangover.
I don't get me wrong, like, especially now that I'm older, my hangovers are fucking horrible.
Oh yeah.
But
Mhm.
really, like, the night, because like I mean, I also, like, I'm Irish. I was raised in an Irish family. Like, at family events, we fucking drink. At my cousin's wedding, there was a full open bar in a fully stocked bar, and there was 120 of us, and we emptied it. We big drinkers. But if I do yellow Gatorades before I go to sleep, like 2 or 3 of them, just suck them down, get those electrolytes, a shitload of water, wake up, go for a run. You got to sweat it out. It's horrible.
Dude, after
sorry.
a hangover, go for
Yeah.
a run. Dude, I would make it
Yeah.
5 steps before falling over.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
love
mean-
myself too much for that.
No,
yeah.
trust
Like
me.
I would
like,
actually pass out.
you puke
Yeah.
a couple times. Like, when I call it run, right? What I'm really saying is like a shambling jog, like a
Oh
morning of
my
the living
God.
dead.
I was gonna say
Oh
it's
my
zombie
God.
apocalypse stops. just the
Yeah,
first one.
no, but like I'll take like a huge thing of water with me and I'll start running, and then like halfway through you just fucking puke.
What is
And then
halfway
you-
through? Like 10 steps down the driveway?
No,
Like,
I can
God.
usually make it like a quarter of a mile before it comes
Oh,
up.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's bold.
No. Fuck that.
Yeah, I also hate running in general, and so it's just like, it's, you know what, like, but I will tell you, by the end you feel like a wet wringed out towel, but you feel better.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Ew.
and then you eat your bagel with like cream cheese, rehydrate, and then you're ready to go again. Day 2, baby.
If I'm hungover, the last thing that's coming within a country goddamn mile of my body is dairy products.
Really?
Yeah, no, because they're just
No.
coming right back.
Yeah, exactly. No, hell no, not dairy.
That's a
bad time.
That's just a short hop flight. That's, you know, hey, we went down to visit the stomach. We came back real quick. We didn't like it down there.
Yeah, exactly. And the point is to get something for the alcohol to latch onto. So I'm with Nomad on that. Like, I'll go with greasy, but what I'll go specifically for is like pho and
Oh,
like deep fried egg rolls,
interesting.
and that makes life so much better.
Nah, I couldn't do pho while
after a bad
hungover.
hangover.
Nah.
Dude, it's really good hangover
Nah,
food.
I mean,
man.
if I have to do something heavy, I'll do like a corned beef hash or something. It's like salty, it's fat, it's got protein in it.
There's a restaurant in Salem. If we ever moved like up towards Salem, I would get an Uber, hungover as shit, just to go to this restaurant for their corned beef hash and pancakes.
Ooh,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
There's a great
Ooh.
restaurant near me that does corned beef hash. Nomad, when you're out here, I'll take you.
Oh.
It's not as good as the East Coast, but it's pretty good. Damn.
I love the dichotomy though. We've got Greasy dying on the floor with Gatorade. We've got Greasy, but then goes for a nice bowl of pho, and then we've got I'm gonna go for a fucking run.
Okay.
Savagery.
Okay, I'm gonna be
Fucking,
honest. Like,
I hate myself.
yeah. It's like if you're gonna. Okay, here's the thing. Like running to me, it like kind of like shakes everything out, and so like things are more ready to come out, and like you puke, you
I
go visit
miss Henrietta.
Henrietta. I mean, definitely wherever you're running, be near a public bathroom. Like,
Oh god.
but like, yeah, no, you puke. You see people about their day being real humans, which kind of shames you into keeping it together. Like, and worst comes to worst, if you collapse, like someone around you will help you.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
When I lived,
No, like genuinely speaking, I would probably collapse after like
Yeah.
at the really bad hangovers. Probably wouldn't even make it down the driveway.
so
Yeah.
back when I lived in Boston, no man, I lived in the North End. You know the
Mhm.
area well. We used to go out to the bars till like 4. I'd get home. I'd wake up at 8, still fucking slammed drunk, and I would take the harbor run around the North End down into Back Bay, and you'd see all like the couples at brunch, and you were just sweating tequila like out of your fucking
Dom,
veins.
Who fucking hurt you? I've got the number of a
Oh
good
my
therapist. He's
God.
retired, but I think maybe you should make a phone call.
Man, nah, you just like, and then the best thing is sometimes you can meet your like, sometimes your boys will be up and about, or sometimes you'll have like a friend down there. You can meet them for brunch, and then you can have a Bloody Mary or mimosa at the Back Bay Social Club, and then you just run back.
I have done
Oh my
hungover brunch once or twice, and it's a group of people. We were all out drinking the night before. We go out to brunch the next day. The table's quiet as shit. We're all shambling through the brunch line like zombies. It is great, but no, the
Yeah.
running, no.
No, okay, I'm gonna tell you,
Mm-mm.
like you sweat out the booze. It hurts, but it helps. Like as long as you hydrate, like it's the same like sitting in a sauna when you're hungover. Like, is it miserable? Absolutely. But like you sweat out the booze and you sweat out the poison, and then you replace it with water. You know what? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Next one of us who gets married, we're gonna do bachelor party. We're gonna get hammered, and I'm gonna wake you guys up for a run, and you're gonna love me for
No.
it after. Yeah.
No.
Dom,
Yep.
No.
I say this with nothing but love. If you wake me up after a night of drinking, there is a solid 90 to 95% chance I'm swinging on you. And I need you to know
It's
I'm
fine,
a
man.
mean fucking fighter when I've been drinking.
It's fine.
I apply bar fighting rules to everything I do, which is be the craziest, loudest motherfucker, and the more people you hurt, the less people can hurt you.
I'll poke you with a broom, and then I'll let you chase me, and that'll be your morning
Brother, I will
run.
take that broom from you and turn you into a popsicle. What do you mean?
Yeah, but that will require you running to catch me, and so I will
Bar fight, baby!
Yeah, a morning bar fight is like it's similar to a run. Like it's strenuous. You're moving
God.
around.
It's similar
Everybody's
to a
throwing
run.
up after that.
You've got a broken orbital. I've got a broken hand. This one strained his ribs from laughing so fucking
Yeah.
hard,
And
and then he
then we
threw up.
Yeah, and then we run.
All three of us will throw up, and that'll be the end of it.
That's how we lost our security deposit at the hotel.
Oh god.
All right. What is so? I know this is pertinent because Vogg's about to go on a sus bus road trip. What's your guys like OG like road trip gas station snack?
Ooh. Cool Ranch Doritos.
Ooh.
They make a mess. Chips in general make a mess. They do. But like there's just something about like a long haul that Cool Ranch Doritos just hit.
Yeah.
Pop-Tarts.
Ooh, dude, I haven't had Pop-Tarts since I was a
Ooh.
kid. Jesus.
The only time I still get them is if I'm going on with one exception. If I'm going on a road trip that's more than about 4.5, 5 hours, I grab 2 of the 2-packs from the gas station, and then once an hour, I just
Ooh.
have a Pop-Tart.
What is
great.
what is your favorite Pop-Tart flavor?
Strawberry, the OG.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna tell you this. I love Pop Tarts. I've been eating like a Pop Tart, like a protein Pop Tart clone from this company called Legendary recently. Give it a shot. It's 22 grams of
Okay.
protein in the morning. I love Pop Tarts. Pop Tarts have no nutritional value. Sadly.
It's not about the nutritional value for
I
me in that
know.
moment.
I know.
Also, Lexi, s'mores are a solid choice as well. I survived on s'mores Pop Tarts in college.
I like brown sugar cinnamon. Is for me.
Dope.
Protein Pop-Tarts?
Yeah, they have protein Pop
Really?
Tarts. Yeah, I'll drop the link in our chat after.
That's
they're
crazy.
They're decent. They're like 290 calories, 22 grams of protein.
That's really good, dude.
Yeah,
200. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot but that's not if you're trying to get in that big protein bulk. That's
Well,
not
here's
terrible.
the thing. Like, if you're gonna add protein to it, of course you're gonna add calories to it. Also, a base
Yeah.
Pop Tart is like 220 calories, so it's really not that much worse.
Huh.
Oh my gosh. Apparently, Dade says we need to get real jobs, guys. Guys, we got to wrap it up.
Well, it's Sunday, so the only job that I can do, it's time to become Father Nomad once again.
Ooh, Poppy Nomad.
Forgive
Poppy
me,
Chulo.
Father, for
Alright,
I have
children.
sinned.
Daddy,
Come into
I've
the
been
box.
Bad. Forgive me.
Come into the box, I shall absolve you of my sins. Don't
You know
worry
what?
about the hole in the side.
We'll go into these private matters in 13 seconds. In 10.
There it is.
9. 8. Okay, we're about to go
Yeah.
on ads, guys.
All
We'll
right,
see you
guys,
guys in a bit,
so-
and we'll talk about random shit until then.
Yeah, so during this break, we're gonna do an MMM for A, which is forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. So let's set the scene. We're all in robes and cassocks. There's a confessional with 3 holes in it.
Oh my god. You got a mouth and 2 hands, you can make this work.
yeah. Now maybe we do some bickering among ourselves about who's in the center, right? Because that's got to be the best place to be.
Me.
What if we
As
what-
the oldest, I am allowed the center position.
What if we rock, paper,
Oh, yes.
scissors, and we can sort of switch every like 30 seconds? It can be like a game.
Roulette positionals.
Yeah, roulette confessional glory.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
We-
Hold on, Vog, I'm gonna say something. You have a job to fix on the Susbus road trip.
What's that?
Because I'm reading Dade's comment. I haven't had a Pop-Tart, like a real Pop-Tart, ever. I've had a fake one once when I was young. You got to get this man a God's honest Pop-Tart.
Yeah, you do, man.
Okay. So one of the goals in the Susbus community thing is freaking the chat gets to pick our daily snack. So chat actually has to fix that. Chat needs to vote in the Pop-Tart to make
You
it
know
eat
what
it.
to do,
Also-
motherfuckers.
I know, right? Also, guys, he hates chocolate. So like, make us eat. I will also start hating chocolate if you make us eat a lot of chocolate. But you know, for once or twice, it might be worth it. But yeah, make him eat a Pop Tart.
Yeah, we should feed that man a Pop Tart. But can you like drizzle honey over it and like do it all sexy?
Oh yeah, I'll put on the like the
Yeah.
'90s porn music.
Yeah, like I want him like shirtless with like pink handcuffs on, and you're like, Dade, have you been a bad boy?
I
Eat
know,
this Pop
right?
Tart.
Exactly. Oh, Lexi, freaking. So we were joking. I don't know if anyone clipped it. I don't think you're around. Dade and I were joking about the Cabin in the Woods not audio milestone. We were saying, yeah, in the future we don't see Cabin in the Woods not audio anymore because he's in a basement held by Lexi. So in the future, the Susbus is going to go on a mission to save Cabin in the Woods audio from the basement.
Yeah, amazing.
Exactly.
Wait, is Lexi dating Cabin in the Woods? Are they together?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't
Cabin in
know,
the Woods
man.
not audio.
Yeah. Like,
There we go. Lore learned.
He's perfectly happy where he is. That
Yeah.
sounds like a one.
Cabin, blink 3 times if you need to be rescued.
I mean, to be fair, both of those things could be true. He could be in a basement, and he could be happy there. Like,
This
That's
is true.
That's true.
yeah.
Depends what kind of basement.
I mean, Vog, I think you keep like almost everyone you know in a basement. Like,
That's true. That's true.
Pally's
Dom is
definitely
currently
in
streaming
Nomad's
from my basement.
Yeah.
No, Pally's in my walls.
It's currently
I
in my
told-
basement.
It was funny. I was talking about doing a big commission for Pally, and she was like, "Oh, I have to work for Nomad," and I was like, "Yeah, but Nomad gives you a basement. Like, I'll put you up in the penthouse. I mean, you still can't leave, but you'll have light. You know."
Damn it.
Pally doesn't
She's
need
what if
light.
she's allergic to light? Yeah, she could be
I
allergic to
just
light.
throw
That's really
Sonic
insensitive.
memes and fucking like 3 handfuls of food down there once a day, and she's fine.
Nah, man, nah. You gotta feed her like girl dinner, like crackers and grapes, and like I'll give her like a full Sonic like figurine set, you know, like the suits.
Hey, everyone's back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
All right, all right.
Also, yes, you guys are right. Pally doesn't need light. Pally only needs Sonic memes and spite.
Yeah.
And jokes at her expense about being hit by the sus bus.
All right.
Occasionally, I just put my head down there. Hey, are you sure that's not AI? And she just starts drawing real fast. It's great.
I don't know what
Is it
happened to
just
your
me,
mic,
or is
man, but that was like,
Yeah, you went
you are
robot.
AI right now.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you roboted there.
Oh,
It might
I
have
think
been
I
the
went-
internet
hold
for a
on.
second.
No,
Yeah.
it's these headphones. No, I said every once in a while just to
God.
really like inspire Pal. Is it still doing it?
Yeah, it's bad.
Talk for a little bit.
Welcome
Like, talk
to
for a little
Nomad
bit.
2.0.
Oh,
I am
okay.
the next version
I think
of the
you're-
nomadic audios,
I think you're
tales,
fixed
and
now.
I think I know what happened, but
Yeah.
better.
All right. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, better.
Also, guys, no
Okay.
more of the MMM for A. That's going to continue in the next ad break. So,
Yeah.
Exactly.
cool. Yeah. Just remember the starting line is, "You've been a bad boy, haven't you?" We'll go from there.
I'm sorry,
Um,
Daddy, I've sinned.
Here's a good question. I'm sure chat will love to know. Do you guys have like a signature scent that you wear?
On a
Yeah.
day-to-day, no, because on a day-to-day, I'm either just usually here because I work from home,
Mm-hmm.
or it's a little strange to be wearing like a nice cologne if I'm going to meet clients.
Oh, okay.
But if I'm going out, anything with nice sandalwood in it.
Ooh.
Ooh. I'm actually gonna go hop up real quick and pick out my 2 cents.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll go.
I want to read them in specifics.
I discovered
Actually,
a
I'm
couple
not getting up
years
because it's the other
ago
room, but
Malin and Goat's leather, which is like my go-to scent. It's like very manly, but not like too strong on the nose. That's my daily wear. I actually know this because I just ran out, and so I had to buy more. But it is notes of pepper, lotus flower, clove, orchid and green violet, leather, cedarwood, and sandalwood. So yeah, sandalwood, man.
I'm trying to remember which one it is because there's 3 of them. But there's a Valentino born in Roma that I've used, and then there is, I think it's this one. I think it's Infrared by Victor and Rolf. Which
Ooh, nice.
All right, I'm back.
Not sponsored,
Yeah.
by the way. I wish I get sponsored by Malin and Goats because I would love that. That's not sponsored.
Or Tom Ford's ombre is really nice.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
I have
anything
that in my
Tom
hand right
Ford.
now.
Yeah.
Tom Ford ombre leather is,
Yeah, that's
is
it.
like the really nice one that I'll wear to like events and stuff like that. But the one that's like more common that I'll wear is like by Replica, the Mason Margiela.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like a burning wood and chestnut. I just sprayed it.
I've never heard
Okay.
of that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's my
Yeah.
question for both of you. Because I know what I do. When you go to put on a scent, how do you put it on?
How, I mean, is it like for date night with my girl? Is it like just to go out into the world? Like,
I'm suddenly really, really worried about what the fuck you're doing on date night. So let's just say out in the like you're getting okay. No, you know what? You're getting ready for a nice dinner. You want to smell
Okay.
nice. How do you apply that scent to yourself?
I do. I
I'll
mean,
go first. Oh,
yeah,
unless you
go,
wanna
no, go ahead,
for it.
man.
Okay. It's just over the shirt, and I'll spray from like arm's length away towards the chest, and then one near the back of the neck. no freaking wrist. Do not fucking rub your wrist together. I don't know why that shit
Yeah.
is a thing.
Agreed.
But like the back of the neck is really good because the freaking tail that you leave behind after you walk if you're out in the night, and like, yeah, the tail is important, guys.
I do like I spray directly upward, like from arm's length, and I walk into it. So it kind of spreads
Okay.
the scent, so it's not
right.
everywhere. And then I always will do like a bit on the finger, and I'll dab like the left and right clavicle, so that when you hug your girl, she like the nose is like right in there, and so she gets like a nice like good scent of you. And then yeah, I'll occasionally do like behind the ear. That's it.
I because I know some people who are congratulations, you passed the test on that one. Because I know people are like, no, yeah, I spray each side of my neck and full spray,
No.
very close, and then like one at their chest, and I'm just like, you've got a reek of this shit.
Yeah. Light is always good. Like, I mean, unless you're like gonna do something like very physical, like go on a hike or a walk or something, like light is better.
Yeah, don't fucking reek of it. Also, like, definitely the what I don't know if either of you have you guys never like heard from your F-boy days or any of that shit? Like, you guys never heard the tail?
No, I know the tail. Yeah.
Yeah. Dom, you don't know it?
No,
Yeah,
man.
if you walk by like girls at a bar or anything like that, like if you leave it on the back of your neck, your scent will linger, right? Because it wasps after you.
Oh, interesting.
Part of
No,
it,
I've
man.
never. Usually, I mean, usually I don't walk past girls at bars. I would walk up to them and go, "Hey, baby, what's up?" You know. No, but honestly, like in the bars I was hanging out in my 20s, like it smelled like stale beer and cigarettes. Like,
Yeah, true.
yeah,
True.
there was no like classy scent, and now I don't got to press anyone with my girl. So
That's true.
Fair enough.
yeah. All right. Next question. What is the first thing you guys spent actual adult money on? Like when you got your first job, what was your first like adult purchase?
Bro, what? I don't remember that.
You
I
don't?
do. I
No.
do. And
What is
that's
it?
gonna make me sound like a psychopath. It was a gun.
Yeah, that tracks. Yeah.
What is a dude?
Okay, all right. I need to set the stage here, and my chat members of my chat have heard me tell this story. When I first
Okay.
moved out of my parents' house, because that's when I consider it really adult money. Until then, I'm
Yeah.
still living on their dime. You know, that's when adult money kicked in for me. I moved out of my house. I moved to a portion of Belleville, New Jersey, which was not great. It was right on the border of Newark. If you know anything about New Jersey, Newark's a shithole.
Yeah, it is.
The portion of Belleville where I lived had the shithole spilling over in it. This is the same place I used to watch what I called hood theater. It was better than any television on the fucking planet. You turn the TV off, I'm looking out the window, I'm watching boyfriend and girlfriends break up, I'm watching people confess love that isn't requited. This shit is soap opera 101. It's beautiful. The downside of living in a place where you get good hood theater, you also get broken into a lot. And I got my house broken into 3 times. The first time, somebody got through the door but didn't get all the way up because there were 4 doors to get into my house, or to my apartment. The second time, they broke in while I was there, and I started making a lot of noise, and they fled. And I was like, all right, I'm fucking done with this. This is ridiculous. I've got a baseball bat and a fucking dream. So I went out and I bought a 12-gauge shotgun.
Oh Jesus, real home
Damn,
defense.
we're not
Oh, yeah, no, it was
fucking
the-
around.
It was the
Holy
first
shit.
fucking firearm I ever bought, and then yeah, there's a lot of hardware underneath my bed these days in a very nice safe. But the third time I got broken into, I heard the guy get through the first and second doors. He opened the third to see me standing at the top of the stairs because you got through the third door and then you had to walk up the stairs to the fourth. He saw me standing at the top of the stairs with a shotgun in my hands, and I just said, "Listen, if you turn around right now, I won't even call the cops." And he fucking turned and bloop.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you? I'm
Jesus
imagining
Christ.
Nomad like just whitey tighties because he's got a shotgun.
I wear boxer briefs, thank you very much.
no,
But yeah,
no.
pretty much.
In my mind canon, it's just like very snug. teeny tiny.
And I mean, if there were lights on, you could see some definition if you wanted to. Like, you
Okay.
definitely could have seen it. And I don't fucking care if you're not willing to fight somebody book ass naked. You're not angry enough to fight.
Well, Nomad had 2
Yep.
weapons ready to go.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
So Vogue is too old to remember. Maybe I guess. Mine was Nintendo Switch.
Oh
That
shit.
was my
Okay,
first
alright.
big boy.
Damn you young.
Which is ironic.
Damn you young.
No. I just like for a long time, like I was so like I paid my own way through college. I worked
Mhm,
full time, and then when I finished college, I got a job in accounting. When I made like $30,000 a year in Boston, and so I had no money for anything. Like we used to go out to the bars, and I used to try to get girls to buy me drinks because I was so fucking broke. Like,
Nice.
I was so broke, like I couldn't afford a gym membership, so I would walk across the city to like the city gym, which was all the way down in Copley, Nomad, which is why I used to run to the gym.
Oof.
Yeah,
that's rough.
it
Okay.
was like a 40-minute run.
Hmm.
Get your
but-
cardio in though.
Yeah, but I was doing a project at work and I did really well, and I got a $1,000 bonus, which after taxes was like $600. And I was like, I'm gonna buy a computer. Spoiler alert, I could not afford a computer. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy like the Xbox One wasn't out yet. Like we were like between weird console generations. So I was like, okay, what's like the most recent console? It was a Nintendo Switch, and I still have it. That thing's like 10 years old now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I still think
Okay,
about it.
if we're talking about like the first big boy purchase, like outside of like necessities, right?
Yeah,
Probably my first quote unquote self-built computer, and it wasn't because I knew nothing about computers. The people at the store built it, and it ended up being a piece of shit. Because when you don't know shit, people will upsell you, and when
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
take the time to understand shit, people will fucking try to rip you off. I got some iBuyPower piece of shit
Oof.
sold to me for like near $1,000. And I remember like years later when I finally like got the knowledge to like self-build, I was like, oh, I have this case. I'll just rip it open and drop my new motherboard and everything. And the thing was built so shitty. I was like, nope, everything goes.
yeah, even the
And-
case.
Yeah, even the case.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a real vibe. Getting ripped off on your first computer is like a rite of passage.
That's
So
rough.
that's how we all learn to build.
Yeah,
although ironically now it may actually be cheaper to buy some pre-builts than it is to
It
build
is.
your own
It
computer.
is.
But
No, it
also,
absolutely
like,
is.
also really good pre-builts exist. They didn't exist
Yeah.
back then.
That's so true. And like
Good
there's nothing.
pre-builts. Yeah. We're
By
just
the way,
yeah, any
Chat,
pre-builts
this-
were shit.
This podcast is not sponsored by Ironsides, and even if it was, I'd walk the fuck away.
that was my first pre-built piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
charged me $2,000. The power supply was $35. The entire cooling
Oof.
system was like another 45. Like I
Yeah.
looked up all the parts on Amazon. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me.
Yeah, like one really shitty fan on your CPU,
Uh-huh.
maybe
Uh-huh.
like 2 case fans. Yeah.
Damn.
The only thing to this day that I regret about the PC build that I have now is that I should have at the time just gotten all 4 RAM sticks, because now to put the same RAM in to match it,
Yeah.
it'd be $1,000.
I did when
Yeah.
Vogue pinged me because I'm when my girl moves out here, I'm gonna build her a very nice computer. He pinged me and he was like, "Hey," he was like, "you should buy RAM," and I was like, "But it's so expensive right now." And he was like, "Buy it," and so
Buy it now.
I bought 4 sticks of RAM for like $270. I think I looked a couple days ago; it'd be $1,400 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You still gotta pick up one of my old parts for the
I
build, by
do.
the way.
I do.
Yeah.
Next time, well, yeah.
Well,
maybe
2
maybe when
pieces actually, because I still got the graphics card sitting on my shelf
yeah,
right
I think,
behind me.
I think when I'm down there in May, I'll grab it.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I'm gonna go see Vogue. Okay, last question in the section, guys. What is your dream? So, like, obviously, we do a morning show on Sunday morning now, and then I know Nomad and I do D&D, so like our Sundays are very full.
Yeah.
What is your dream lazy Sunday?
I hear cat.
Yeah, she's in clingy mode again, so she's sitting on my desk. Hello.
No. That's cute.
Probably I get up still relatively early because of her. Yes, you. I get up because of you. But I'll get up. Do not put your ass near my coffee. I will fucking skin you. I'm putting the. You know what? We're gonna solve this problem between you and I right now, my love. The lid's back on. We're safe. You can. Okay. Hello.
You can put your ass all over that coffee now.
Hey, I swear to God, I love this cat. I'll turn her into a fucking hat. I wake up like 7:30 no matter what, just because, or 6:30 because I have to feed her. But honestly, spend a couple hours just chilling on the couch, a nice breakfast, maybe watch something on YouTube that I've been wanting to catch up on for a while, like a video essay or something. Maybe if I'm feeling brave, play some video games.
Ooh.
But this is the one downside I have about being so in depth with World of Warcraft right now. I would love to be playing that on my fucking couch, just sitting back with a laptop and a mouse, or a keyboard and a mouse on my TV screen, and I can't do that.
Well, you can play it on console now.
I'm not fucking playing one button WoW. That defeats the whole purpose. How will JC know I'm dead if I'm on a controller? He can't hear me beat the shit out of a keyboard. What's the fucking point?
That's so fair.
So if we're talking about like old school, like, you know, the stuff you had to do to play WoW back then, I had a laptop back then, and the screen gave out. Right, so I ended up sticking it under an external monitor, like, you know, our typical like PC monitors, and I flattened it out. Like I went straight like 180 with it, so it could fit kind of under the monitor. Also, I didn't have a mouse, so I learned how to like thumb and like 2-finger click the mouse pad. I was big into PvP WoW. Back then, like swiping around while trying to hit all the keybinds, it was fucking so ripped, like so shanky.
That's crazy, man. That's the old school like LAN party WoW days.
Oh, dude, I miss LAN parties.
You know what we have to do? Because I know Nomad plays. We got to do a Warcraft 3 LAN party. That would really
my God.
That would hit me like back in the soul of my childhood.
Fucking tower defense, old school tower defense.
Dude, Dota? Fuck yeah.
I haven't drank soda in probably 15 years. I stopped drinking soda just entirely. I will drink fucking Mountain Dew on that day.
Dude, Mountain Dew Code Red, baby. That's all we're gonna have in the house.
Hold on, but Baja Blast is now in a bottle, man. I don't know. I might have to Baja Blast.
Wait, Baja Blast is in a bottle now?
Yeah, you don't gotta just go to Taco Bell. You can fucking get it at the grocery store. It's great.
I have not drank soda in years. Like I used to be like, that was one of the first things when I started to get fit. I cut out because soda's just literally empty calories.
Yeah.
What's the Mountain Dew? The orange one, the Live Wire.
Yeah.
Like speaks. Also, did you guys ever have Balls? BAWLS, the gamer fuel?
They still sell it at Micro Center.
Oh,
no idea what that is.
I'll give you some balls, bro. It's good. It's
nice.
So good.
Can't wait for them balls.
Man, it's like guarana energy soda. It's so fucking good. Yeah, that's what coffee was before we had coffee. All right. I think they've learned enough about us.
Hold on, no. That was only my dream lazy Sunday. What do you mean?
No, we're just not gonna go to Boggs and Eyes. Like you
bitches.
Bob, what's your lazy Sunday?
Ooh, lazy Sunday. Dude. Maybe play some games. In doom scroll. I think like doom scrolling and brain rotting without feeling like guilty and thinking that you have to do something is kind of like a huge leisure.
Yeah.
I feel because like sometimes when you doom scroll, in the back of your mind, you're just like, oh shit, I have this, and this to do, but I
Yeah.
really don't want to, so I continue doom scrolling. And when you're finally done, you feel like shit, and you know you gotta fucking hustle because you procrastinated.
Yeah.
But if it's like a full lazy Sunday and you get to do that shit without like any type of pressure, you can just like lay in bed on that, arm clamp that I put my phone in that we talked about before. that
lazy
guys thought was
fuck.
crazy.
You lazy fuck.
Honestly, like he mentioned it in their days, I'm like, I should order that fucking thing.
No,
You
man, do not
should.
go to the dark
You
side,
should.
motherfucker.
You should.
Make my life so
Dude,
much easier.
You don't have to. You don't have to hold your hand doesn't cramp because it's the weird position for like
Bro,
20
how
30
long are you
minutes.
holding your phone for that your fucking hand cramps?
Dude, your arm will cramp like at a flex position, and you're holding something above your head. It'll start to cramp after like 15 minutes.
See, when I do doom scroll, although normally I read, I just do it on my side.
Nah, full comfort. Just have it hanging above your head, man.
Nah. But I love that for you, man. I love the clamp for you. That is peak lazy. Peak laziness would be also like if you were reading a book or so, or like had like a clicker that could like move your phone to the next reel.
Nice. Like a page turner.
Yeah, like a page turner, but just like swipes up for you.
Nomad's thinking of a combo of both right now.
I kind of am. I'm gonna be honest. It sounds real good.
Nomad's on. I can tell when Nomad's typing. He's on Amazon.com right now. Like,
I don't want to fucking hear your judgment, sir. How dare you? Also, I was checking RAM prices. It's coming down. Actually, it's down to $600.
wow. look at that.
Damn, that's
Okay.
pretty
I'm
crazy.
not. I'm
That's
just
pretty
saying.
good. That's pretty
No,
good.
never mind. I just saw Amazon. That's $1,000 for DDR5.
Oh.
It's 64 gig.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
Yeah.
fuck that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Buy it on the black
To be
market,
fair,
man.
like there's no point in 4-stick because 4-stick doesn't work properly in DDR5 hardware, which is a real fucking shame.
Mm.
You just got to get the largest, 2-stick that you can, and
Yeah.
be good with that because 4-stick doesn't even communicate properly, which is crazy that an entire generation of RAM just got fucked.
I mean, it's not surprising. I will say though, this podcast actually made my life better. I don't know if you guys remember during the quiz we interviewed the girls about, or we had a question for the girls about like phone usage.
Oh, we remember.
Yeah, we do
do
remember,
you?
motherfucker.
Do you remember that quiz?
We remember.
It was so
Yeah,
long.
yeah,
ago.
yeah, we remember.
It was funny because I was watching the clip and Nomad was like, "We're gonna get Dom back for that." And I texted my girl and I was like, "If you're approached by two strange men, like run." But I actually so mine was Instagram at 1 hour and 13 minutes, and I time gated it now for 15 minutes a day, and my screen time is now down under 1 hour a day.
Damn.
So
That's not terrible.
you guys are making a productive impact on my life, and I think and a lot of it is like Spotify or I check my email on my phone for work, and so it's like now Outlook is my most used app.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so
crazy.
look at you guys making a real positive impact in my life. You're saving me like almost 1 hour a day.
At our expense.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
It just gives me. But no, it's actually better for you because the whole Valentine's Day quiz came off of an Instagram reel I saw. So I think the less time I'm on Instagram, the better off you guys are.
The real possibility. He's right about that, and I don't
Yeah.
like the over under on that.
Yeah, but it's okay
I
because
guess like the question is how much time do we spend on our PC screens? Because it's still
okay, no, I don't want to go into that. That's a different question. But like, I mean, we all work at computers, and so it's got to
It's
be
true.
like
It's true.
It's got like just given the
It's
amount
got to
of
be
time
at
I
least
work.
8 hours a day.
No, I mean way more than that. Like given the amount of time
I said
work,
at least.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
it's probably like 10 to 12 hours a day at a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
because
crazy.
then that leaves you like do you think you are up from your computer 4+ hours a day?
Nah.
Yeah, because if you sleep 8 hours and you're
Yeah.
4 hours on your computer, that means that you're on your computer. You're 4 hours like off your computer. That means you're on your computer for 12 hours a day.
God, I hate that.
That's
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Get a standing
Yeah.
desk and stand when you can. I'm standing
I
right now
do.
doing
Yeah,
this
true.
podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, same.
I've been
Yeah,
going up
that's
and down all
changed
day.
Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. That's my next thing. I'm gonna try to get my internet screen time down for like fun shit. But it's hard, man. Like, it's like I work on the podcast. I'm at my computer. I do work. I'm at my computer. I'm gaming. I'm at my computer. Like, I'm on the call with friends. I'm on Discord. Like, I'm on my computer. It's like, when the fuck do you get up?
Yeah, true. Except for like, unless you force yourself to like have a workout routine or like an
Yeah.
outdoor like routine. To be honest, like, so my chat knows that I pretty recently got into a lot of plants. I have a lot of plants everywhere. Part of it was to get myself up, to get myself outside, to take care of it, to have something, to have a reason to like have lawn chairs outside and chill for a bit and just look at the world, feed the crows, that kind of shit, right? Because if you don't give yourself reasons to get up, you're not going to.
Yeah.
So true, man. Oh man, this playlist is all over the place. This is super blinding lights world. Chad, I hope you're enjoying the background music today. I don't know what this is. The Super Mario playlist, but it's literally Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. It's just video gamified. Oh. Okay. Lazy Sunday for me, honestly. I don't want to rot in my apartment. I actually like my lazy Sunday is like going out. Like there's a farmer's market every Sunday that's outside. So the 1 month the 1 weekend a month I don't have a podcast. I go shop at a farmer's market. I go get a coffee. I read my book, and like I'll make like a nice soup or like a nice meal like that. Like that's my lazy Sunday. But for me, like I rot a lot of the week, or like when I work from home or whatever, like I'm just in front of my computer all the time. So my lazy Sunday is actually like going out, and like I would love like my dream lazy Sunday is like cook some breakfast, get some coffee, like read my book, go to the farmer's market, maybe go to a brewery and like grab a beer with my book, pet some doggos, come home, have some soup, go to bed. That's my dream lazy Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that's really lazy, but like I guess that's like my dream. Like if I could do anything, that's what I would do.
It might not be considered the most lazy way, but I definitely think if it's yours and it makes you happy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like a
Works
little bit
better.
of social, but like, I think it's lazy because it's mostly like reading my book. Like I'm a big reader. That's how I relax. And that's kind of like what I prefer to do. And so it's like going out where there's like people, but I don't have to talk to them. Read my book, like get a beer. That's probably what I'll also do after the podcast. Go grab a beer.
Solid way to go.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, let me look at the time. Okay, we're an hour and a half in. I did have a section here where we were going to talk about job stuff. But I think given the deep cut we're going to do today, we're going to skip that. And we're going to go hey, could one of the mods in chat we posted a bunch of triggers in our podcast chat. Could one of the mods just throw them up? I kind of want to take a second to. We're not going to deep cut quite yet, but we're going to start talking about some very triggering things. I think of all things, like everyone here has experienced some level of loss, right? Like everyone in the chat should be 18 or older. And I think by the time you're that old, like you've lost something important to you. Obviously can be very personal, can be very intense. I know for us, like even just knowing what we're going to talk about on this episode, like pretty intense. So how we're going to do this is much like what we did last week for the toxic relationships. I'm going to sort of open up the floor and let folks share some stories. And then when we go into the deep cut, we're going to talk more generally about death and loss and sort of like how you work through grief. But to set the stage, I wanted to give the guys an opportunity to discuss their experiences. So I see we have a ton of triggers up. I'm going to read through them real quick. Gentlemen, make sure we're not missing anything as I read through these. Death, self-harm, suicide, death of an infant, mental illness, physical illness, cancer, forced hospitalization, discussion of treatment, discussions of physical illnesses. did we capture most everything?
I think
Yeah,
so
I'd
on
say
my
so.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll add. I think I would cover it under mental illness. Like, I may share a story about addiction. But besides that, that should be nearly everything. And I do really want to say, like, I know of all things, loss and death is a very shared experience, and also for many people, very painful. Right? This is one of those things that like doesn't really go away, and I think that's what we're going to talk about later. If at any point you need to step away, do it. Like, this is best for your mental health. Like, mute the stream, walk away, go get some sun, whatever you need. Um, yeah, just make sure you guys are taking care of yourself as we sort of discuss these topics. So let's give sort of like 10 seconds for people to, decide if they want to mute the stream, close the stream. And then we're gonna sort of set the stage for our deep cut by sharing some personal stories. How you guys feeling? You guys ready for this?
Define the
About as
word
ready
ready.
as yeah,
Yeah.
about as ready as you'll ever be.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, obviously something very near and dear to our hearts here, but not definitely not an easy thing for us to even talk about around each other.
Mhm.
yeah.
All right, I think we've given people enough time. So I kind of want to open the stage, like, share a story or two to sort of set the stage for the deep cut in a little bit. I know you guys both kind of have, very deep personal stories to share on this. Um, so yeah, just kind of want to open the stage, if you guys feel comfortable sharing anything here.
All right. I'll go first. So I know that this topic came up quite recently because there was something that happened in my life, and I was very vague about it. I think like a month ago when I was like, "Hey, heads up, like, I lost someone in my life, but I won't go like too deep into it until like I've had some time to process it and some time to like kind of communicate with other people that are involved in it." And it's been like a month since then, and I eh, do you ever really process death? I'm not sure you necessarily do, but as time as you move through time, you learn that it's a part of you and it's a part of life. And so for this story, I'll personally trigger it. Given the triggers we have, death, self-harm, suicide, and death of an infant, and mental illness. Um, the unfortunate thing. So I'll preface this to say that about a month ago, I had a friend that I hadn't spoken to in a while visit from my home country, and I went and met them, just caught up, grabbed some drinks, and they asked me if I had heard about our mutual friend, and I was like, "Oh, what's up? What's new with them?" And she was like, "Oh, you don't know." I was like, "Well, what's there to know?" So I have like a group of friends back in my home country. If you guys remember last week, we had a talk about like toxic relationships, and there was one relationship in particular that I brought up that where my pets had passed away during the course of the breakup. Uh, I was in a really shit place for a while there. I actually went back to my home country for the first time in years for a few months, and during that time, I met these friends, and they came together and were incredibly supportive to me. I have handwritten letters from each of them that I put on my wall, particularly from this person. There's a picture on my fridge of a group outing, and this person is sitting next to me. Um, you know, her and her husband were very kind people to me, very welcoming, just very warm, never pushed too hard on anything that I was going through. Um, And, as I moved back, I kind of lost contact. I didn't, people move in separate directions. Sometimes distance is something that breaks apart conversations or breaks apart friendships, and that's not in a bad way, but in a way that like we'll see you down the road and catch up. And unfortunately for us, there was no down the road. Um, what I had learned from my friend who was visiting is that, and this is I know that this is the intensely triggering part, is that she had had her first child, and she was going through postmortem, and it was difficult. She was struggling with it. She was speaking to other people. She had contacted this friend the morning of and said it's really difficult. It's really hard, but people are busy with their lives and whatnot, and thought that it was typical, right? However, unfortunately, in this situation, it was not. In the country that I'm from, most people live on high rises, because it's a small country, it's a small island nation, and it's unfortunate that that day she decided to jump with the newborn. My friend was one of the first people on the scene because she lived in the same building. Grew up with this other person. So they bought, flats near each other. And to walk in to see your childhood friend with the tent at the bottom of the bottom of the lift, and the police all over the apartment, and a shell-shocked husband who hasn't been able to go back into that house since. Yeah, and of course, obviously, since that point, has made moves to sell that apartment, because how could you live there? Because not only your wife but your child too. Like, I've reached out since. It's been very like terse conversation since I've heard of it. But like, I can't imagine the amount of both grief and anger, and like, how do you go on? How do you pick yourself up after that? It's a lot, and it was a lot for me to hear over casual drinks, because it was, I just hadn't seen them. I had thought of them, right? I have a picture of them both, actually both of them, the husband and her, are near me in that photo, just on my fridge. And sometimes you just realize that life is short, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's obviously fucking terrible. And you feel for everyone. You feel for her. You feel for him. Obviously, the newborn who, had no choice, had no say. Yeah, that's fucking. It's sort of interesting, because one of the things I want to talk about later is like, what do you say when someone shares grief with you? Like saying I'm sorry, or that's so terrible, like acknowledges it, but sometimes you kind of just feel like words are just not enough.
I think sometimes you feel useless, right? Or to a certain extent, like you feel like you in your own way are dealing with grief, right? But you in no way think that your grief is worth being shared, because this person or people in the situation are suffering so much worse than you. And you want to do your best to be there for them, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's just difficult. It's difficult to speak with people and just be like, I'm so sorry for your loss. Because what else can you say?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's terrible because like you can actually words I feel like cannot convey the emotion of like, you know, maybe like like I don't know exactly what you're going through, but like I've been through loss, it's terrible. Or like, you know, in this case, it's like God, like I can literally not imagine what that poor man must be going through. You know, like the guilt of feeling like he maybe didn't do enough, the loss of a wife and a newborn baby. Like I literally cannot imagine what that human is feeling. And you know, like
Yeah,
thoughts
yeah,
and prayers, or like I'm so sorry, or oh my God, that's terrible. Like
yeah.
those are
Feel shallow.
words, yeah, that
Yeah,
feel shallow because the depth of grief this person must be feeling is so deep.
Yeah.
Whew. Um,
It's and if you're not done, by all means say so, Vog, and I'll
no,
shut the fuck up.
no, go for it.
But it's kind of, I don't want to use the word ironic. That doesn't feel right here, but that this is the first time that at least I've heard that story. And I didn't know about the, oh god, this is a weird, the mode of conveyance, let's call it, to the fact that you're talking about from a high rise is horrifyingly ironic because that was my cousin as well. Um, my cousin in his early 20s, maybe 22, um, effectively had, and before I continue, this is the trigger part of the warning: death, suicide, mental health, illness, as well as discussions of forced hospitalization, things like that. So, um, my cousin ended up having a mental breakdown. We're still not sure if he had had a psychotic break or if it was later onset schizophrenia. Um, but from this kid who, he was always a little more shy, a little more reserved, sure, but I mean, he was funny, he was witty, he was smart. He had eclectic interests. I mean, he wanted to go to college for agricultural studies because he wanted to help farmers be able to grow better crops so they could have better yields, make more money, feed more people. Like, he had dreams, he had ambitions, and then he turned like 22 and everything just sort of shifted. And all of a sudden it was just the weirdest. One day he woke up and he decided, I'm going to hike the Appalachian Trail. And he told my uncle, "Yep, I got a ride. I'm going to be going down to Georgia on this day and I'll see you guys when I pass through where I live, where they live in the South, one of the more middle South states, in a couple months." And then I told my uncle I'd go check on him when he was up in New Jersey at that point. You know, they found him 3 weeks later living in their backyard. He'd never had a ride. He just went in the backyard, built a. They have a decent amount of property behind them, so he built like a shelter out of sticks, kind of thing.
Mhm.
When it had gotten really bad, my other cousin, his sister, was telling me, he's like, yeah, he keeps turning off the Wi-Fi. He's telling me that it's giving him headaches. The Wi-Fi is giving him headaches, and it's making his teeth hurt. And we started having the very difficult conversation about, do we need to? And at the time, I was very close with this uncle, so I mean, we were talking, and he knew how close I was with my cousin, and we were talking about, do we need to consider maybe having somebody just like forcing him into a psychiatric hold, because this is not good. There's something very wrong here, and things had started to get a little better like we thought that there had been some progress. There was an attempt at treatment and getting a diagnosis and maybe getting on some medication, but it was still the very, very, very early stages. But my uncle and aunt had to go out of town for something they couldn't avoid. Um, so it was just my cousin and her boyfriend, now husband. And I was in my living room. I was in my closer to mid 20s. I was like 25. And I got a call from my cousin who told me the police just left the house. They found his body at the bottom of a parking deck. He'd he'd gone up there, and as far as they could figure, he just jumped. They no note, no anything, just that was that. And I had to be the one to tell my mother, who this was her nephew. This was on her side of the family. And you don't everybody processes grief differently. And I believe in my heart of hearts, you don't hold what somebody says in the initial moments of processing that grief against them, because everybody deals with it differently. My mother's family has been in this country since before the revolution. We were one of the families that actually helped found the portion of New Jersey that we lived in. We brought that name over from Germany, and I obviously don't carry it because I carry my dad's name. But my mom, as she was one of the strongest women I know in my life, as she was basically collapsing into my arms, was telling me about how the family name was dying in this moment. Because there's nobody else who would carry on the name. And we ended up getting in a car. We drove about halfway down to, because we weren't going to leave my cousin by herself. I mean, she was going to have to deal with all these arrangements and handle the police and everything. And we got about halfway down before she called and said, please don't. Like, I appreciate it, but my dad, my mom's brother, he can't see you right now. He's in no shape. It'll kill him even more if he sees you right now. So we turned around and this sounds horrifyingly morbid, and I know it does, but if there was any grace in the moment, it's that the year my cousin did it was the year that Pope Francis had announced what he called a year of grace, which effectively meant that all sins would be forgiven. So he could still have a Catholic burial, which was very important to my uncle. But yeah, to sit there and to go through that funeral, to go through all of that it leaves you with such a weird version of anger, because I wanted to hate him for so long for what he did. And it wasn't until my 30s that I really realized, like, it wasn't his fault. He had no control anymore. And my heart still breaks every single day for my uncle, because he's still a devout Catholic, and I still don't think he's ever come to full terms with it. And I mean, my aunt has just kind of shut herself off from the world. Even to this day, she doesn't really. If you bring up his name, she almost goes, "Who's that?" Because she can't process it. It's that hole that gets left, and I can't. Again, between therapy and getting older and more mature, I don't blame him. It wasn't his fault. I can't even imagine the demons he was wrestling, but I still think about it almost on a weekly basis. To your point, Vogue, you don't even know what to say to your own family at a point. How do you say, I'm so sorry for your loss? That doesn't cover it. it's just a platitude. It almost feels like at that point. I don't, yeah, it leaves a hole.
Yeah. I think I mean obviously everyone's experienced loss. But there's like there are certain circumstances where I think eventually from most loss we all heal, or at least get a little bit better. Um Loss like that, loss like both what you guys talked about, the people, the families. I feel like maybe you scab, but you never heal.
Mm.
And there's just this like black hole left behind in all of these people's lives. And yeah, I mean, it sounds like in that case, mental illness, obviously in the case of Vox, like postpartum depression is a real thing. These people are probably not quote unquote in their right minds. But you can't blame someone for their own mental illness, for their own sickness, right? They are just as much victims as anyone else. I think that's what makes things like that so hard.
It took me years to be able to get there, because I'm going to be honest. For the first couple of years, I was so angry. There was such an anger in me for what had happened, for what, in my mind, the way I was rationalizing it was from what he did. Like it was like he was somehow in control, and he never was. There was almost no control over what happened. And it wasn't until my 30s and a decent amount of therapy that I was able to conceptualize that as there was no control here. This was those demons, if you will, taking the reins, and the little kid who used to sleep in my room every Thanksgiving because we didn't have enough guest rooms in the house. That wasn't him. It just wasn't.
Yeah, that's it's like it's almost like a real life, like no idea what to say, right?
I think specifically around the topics of both mental health and self-harm, like there is anger to be had, because anger comes with grief, and you need to feel your feelings. Your feelings aren't, just going to go away. You can't just bottle it up. Like, you will feel those things in one shape or form or another. But it's the worst when you like looking for somewhere to point it. Right? You're looking for somewhere to point it, and you just like, you realize when you get older, when you process more, you point it at someone who is also not to blame.
Yeah.
And maybe you're looking for someone to blame. And maybe like at a certain point, I know that a lot of people in the situation that I talked about, like, pointing that blame at themselves.
Yeah.
Because you need to point it somewhere. You feel the need to point it somewhere. So it's like, did I not do enough? Was I not good enough? Did I fail at this? Did I not answer my phone at this point? And but the truth is, there is no one to blame. But that's the hard part, because it's easier to blame someone or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the rational mind looks for an explanation, right? And part of an explanation,
Mhm.
I mean, when you think about blame, what you're really saying is, oh, this happened for this reason. Because everything that happens, we do as humans, right? We've built our society, we built our safety nets. Like, we are very much in control to a large extent of the things around us. And so, you can say like, oh, the safety net broke for this person, or oh, this person's spouse didn't love them enough, or we look for blame, but a lot of the times, like, we look for logical explanations in what is an illogical act. And obviously you can't blame the victim because, you know, they are the victim. But also the people around them, the people who you know you could point the finger at, you're like, these people are now dealing with grief and probably asking themselves the same question, like, is this my fault? Could I have done more? Should I have seen the signs? Like, you can't point the finger at them either.
No, yeah.
And so I think it's like, because you can't really, because no one is really at fault who's not a victim, it does sort of make you feel like it just happened for no reason. And I think that illogic and that, like, I think that is kind of what makes it so hard to get past. You know, like, I think we think of things like, if this person could have just held on for a little longer, right? Like, if they could have just done this, or if people around them had just seen this, or, you know, it's like, for example, like the woman with the baby, right? Like, postpartum depression, that's something that is probably like more temporary in nature. Like, if she could have just like gotten help for a bit or gotten past it, like, maybe, you know, but like, it doesn't help to say that. Yeah.
No, and again, things you learn as you get older. It was I want to be angry, I want to be upset, and at a certain point that just burns you out. I stop wanting to be angry, I stop wanting to be sad. I need to move on. I need to keep going, because that's how I show respect now.
Yeah.
That's how I respect the loss, is by continuing on.
I mean, I feel like, you know, I've experienced loss, but sort of nothing to those levels. Like, I'll be honest, I've been very lucky. You know, I've lost all my grandparents at this point. But, you know, I've been very generally blessed in that the people close to me are all happy and healthy. And so I remember when you know, we talk about these topics obviously between us before we bring them to this larger group, because we want to understand, you know, what the person's going to talk about, what they're going to go through. And I remember thinking, like, you know, I really don't have anything anywhere near as powerful to share as these people do. So I think instead I want to talk about maybe a more gentle kind of loss. And sort of say, well, I have no idea, certainly what you guys both went through from this. And obviously, Vaughan, your story, you know, it's a dear friend, but I'm also trying to imagine like what that husband is going through, right? Like, that level of grief is unimaginable to me, or like Nomad, your aunt or uncle. All loss hurts. You know, one of the questions we're going to talk about later is, what's a good death? Obviously death is just a part of life. It's coming for all of us and everyone around us at varying speeds, and, you know, as we sort of showcase, like, can happen at any time, right? Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been in a situation where you're like, holy shit, like, I could have died here.
Yeah.
I've certainly had those, like, times where I felt like I was like on the edge, not because, you know, just to be very clear, not because like it was something I was seeking, but like almost got in a car crash, or like, you know, got very close to having an accident, or like, you know, had like a intense medical problem. So, you know, I'll share something very personal. When I was actually around the time I bought the Switch, so about 10 years ago, I was an accountant at this small little local firm in Boston. And if you guys know anything about accountants, we have what's called a busy season, where you work like 100 hours a week to get taxes in. It tends to be in February to like May. And it was my first job, and I was like, I'm going to kill this. Like, I need this. I need the money. And so I was working, and I was really into podcasts at the time. And so I would keep my right headphone in all the time. Um, and after about a month of wearing this headphone like 12 hours a day, my ear started to hurt. And I got like an ear infection. So I went to the doctor and I was like, hey, I have an ear infection. She was like, okay, take these antibiotics, you'll feel better. It didn't get better, but I was so busy at work, I ignored it. And so finally in May, like I can't sleep because my ear is like heart beating. And I end up going to a specialist, and I'm in Boston, so I go to Mass Eye and Ear, which is like Boston has some of the best hospitals in the world because Harvard is right there. And the doctor I was supposed to see was sick that day, and so they sent me to like a specialist. They were like, "Hey, it's in the same building. Like, this guy's very good. He has an opening. Like, he'll look at your ear." And this guy was specifically an ear surgeon, and he's now like incredibly famous in the field. He pioneered this new surgery. Guy was like 40. He was a double MD from Harvard and Stanford. So this guy is very smart. And I go to the operating room and he's looking at it, and he looks at it for about 15 minutes, which is a crazy amount of time to examine one ear. He's like poking and prodding, and he slides out his chair and he looks at me and he goes, Dom, we need to schedule you for surgery today. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, you have an infection in your inner ear around your cochlear bone, and it is spreading up the tube to your brain. And if we do not operate on you, your brain will swell and you will die probably in the next like week. And I was 22 and I was sitting in this doctor's office, and I was like, holy shit, like this is it. Like all of the dumb decisions I've made are now going to catch up to me. And he was like, if you need to call someone or do something. And I was thinking, and I was like, how am I going to tell my parents this? And so I have an older brother who I'm very close to. And so I called him, and he was in law school at the time. And I was like, hey man, I don't know how to say this, but like I have to go into surgery this afternoon. And he's like, oh, like what happened? Like your balls finally dropped? And I was like, actually, no. I was like, there's an infection in my ear, and they say if they don't operate, I'm gonna die. And he was like, holy shit. And I said, don't tell mom and dad. I don't want to worry them, which now looking back was like a very selfish thing to say, because if I had died, right? So they like wheel me in. I'm 22. So they're like, okay, like, are you allergic to anything? And I was like, I don't know. I'm so overwhelmed. And the doctor comes in, and he was like, I can't imagine what you're going through right now, but like, know that I am like one of the best in the world at this. And he walked me through the risks. And one of the most common risks with ear surgery is there's a facial nerve that sort of runs right through your ear down to your jaw that controls the muscles on that side of your face. And he was like, if all goes well, there's no doubt I'm going to save your life. But if the infection has spread, we have to cut the nerve, and you will lose the ability to move the right side of your face. And at 22, I was like, Jesus Christ, like, am I going to have to live the rest of my life like this? So I go into surgery. I was under for 9.5 hours while they operated. Basically what they do is they like cut behind your ear and they fold it over. Surgery obviously went well. I'm still alive. But I'm actually almost deaf in my right ear now because the infection ate away at the cochlear bone to such a level that even prosthetics, like I can't really hear out of the ear. But I remember afterwards, after I recovered, I called my family and I told them about it. And my mom's initial reaction was, you are so selfish. And I don't blame her for it, because I know it was just anger talking. But it's sort of like you said, Nomad, like that first reaction to grief, like you can't hold people responsible for that. I ended up having to go for multiple more surgeries. Um, but I think just my very close brush with death and like, I mean, realistically, like had I not gone to the doctor, like I wouldn't be here, right? And so, even the smartest, most, it can happen to anyone, I think is my point. And for me, it was just laziness, right? I was like, I'm too busy. I work to get this checked out. I'll get it checked out later. But now I live the rest of my life half deaf, which, to be fair, of all the senses to lose, is not the worst one.
I don't think you're being slightly fair to yourself, calling yourself lazy. That wasn't as much lazy as your priorities were out of whack because you were young, trying to make as much money as you can.
Yeah, and like I mean, I've come to peace with it, right? Like the reality is like I have to suffer with the consequences now, and it like yes, it affects people around me. Like I know of a couple, like it's very easy to forget, right? So people will like when I'm walking will like stay on my right side and they'll talk to me, and I'll be like, I have no fucking idea what you're saying, like.
So what I'm hearing is stay on Dom's right side and then just utter just
Talk a ton of
mean shit about Dom.
Yeah, my
Guy's got a flat ass, doesn't have any dress style. His farts smell like broccoli all the
Yeah.
fucking time.
they
I
smell
like it.
like absolute broccoli.
There it is.
But no, it's funny because I always have to remind my girl because she's a very quiet human in general, and she'll stand on my right side and she'll talk and then she'll look at me and I'll be like, babe, I'm gonna be real. I have no idea what you said. Like, not that I'm not trying to listen to you, but like that ear just don't work, baby.
I love the sound of your voice, my love, but
yeah, like try the other ear. But I think I definitely like coming to terms with the fact as like it's, and I think it's true, and I wonder if you guys have experienced this, that like the things you hurt in your childhood, like whether like you break a bone or you like have a problem, like those are the things that cause you health problems into adulthood.
oh yeah.
And so like yeah, like I know my ear will probably be like have problems for the rest of my life. Hopefully it's not going to actually kill me, right? I get it checked out regularly now, but it's like even now sitting here right now, like I'm listening to this music and like I can hear it just coming out of my left headphone. Like and yeah, I think it's just sometimes like I could have died, right? And it's one of those things where like I always think about sometimes in the darker moments, like the people I would have left behind, right? Like I never would have met my partner. Like I was living with two of my best friends at the time. Like if I just disappeared, as I was getting ready to get anesthesia, I was just thinking about like all the things I would have left undone. Which I think is the worst thing, because like the reality is when we all do move on to the next, past the mortal coil, like there's always gonna be things left undone, words left unsaid, letters left unwritten. And yeah, I guess I'm just saying, like, seize the moment. Like I think that's kind of what I learned from that. And it definitely changed the way I look at life in general. And I don't know if you guys have had anything, similar, like near death experiences, but like I think hopefully they make us reevaluate the way we look at life. And yeah, I guess I just kind of wanted to share that. Like that's probably the loss I've had. And like obviously, I've had like grandparents pass and things like that, but they were like all my grandparents lived beyond 90. So I kind of feel like at that point, like you have a life well lived. Obviously, it was still terrible to lose them. Like I still felt that loss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quiet moments in between.
It's interesting, real quick, because you brought up something about a more gentle. If nothing else, though, I will say I there is something comforting when somebody's life ends and you see the impact firsthand.
Yeah.
My next door neighbor, he moved into the house that he moved next door to my parents when I was probably 10 or 12. um, big. When I sound like an old man when I say this, but hale and well met is the only way I can describe this gentleman. 6'4", broad, the biggest belly laugh you've ever heard in your life. I lived the way our houses were situated. My bedroom was across from his. The term "living life to the fullest," boy howdy, I knew what that meant because of that man. Which was really awkward when after he passed, one of his girlfriends came by and just, oh yeah, he used to call me the screamer, and I was like, oh, I know why. I know why he called you that, but he was diagnosed in my early 20s with prostate cancer.
Leading killer of men.
Mm-hmm. Which I will touch on that when I end this story real quick. Went for a round of treatment where he specifically didn't want his prostate removed because he didn't want to lose the ability to have an erection. Which is ridiculous, by the way. I'm just putting it out there. Again, touch on that in a second. We'll talk about this. But he went through a round of treatment. Seemed like everything got taken care of. Went into remission, was healthy, living his best life, Again, very hale, well-met. He was a musician. Taught high school music because most musicians, like most actors, we need survival jobs. So he taught music in his... What's the goddamn Pixar movie about the jazz musician?
Souls.
Thank you. Soul was basically this dude's life story. Like, wildly close to this dude's story. He did a rendition of Spirit in the Sky, the classic rock song, that Noah Gunderson, the guy who wrote and sang it, heard.
Sorry.
And went,
I'm going to have to cut you off real quick because we have 5 seconds till our next ad break.
I can't. Yeah, I was going to say, I can't.
No. Yeah.
Can't do it anymore. I know, man. Dude, if I could stop ads, I absolutely would. Like,
I know.
Yeah, but it fucks with Twitch and left, right, and center.
well,
Daddy Bezos got to get paid.
Yeah, if I turn ads off, then people get pre-rolls.
Yeah.
Which is like how are we gonna get new people in when we have pre-rolls? Oh man.
All right, I'm actually gonna take the opportunity to use the restroom.
Yeah, go for it.
Go piss, girl.
Normally I would go into light stuff, but God, it feels out of place.
It's hard to shift that. Yeah, it's a hard thing to shift that.
Well, let me ask you, Nomad. You're an avid D&D player, much like me, right?
Yes.
Have you ever lost a character?
Not yet. And I hate that you just made me say that because the long-term campaign that I'm playing right now, we just passed a year. My boy Corvus is still alive, and I hate the fact that I just had to say that. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, so like I've been DMing for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
God, we were near the end of a 6.5 year campaign, and they were on the final boss. They were fighting who is basically the last remaining god left in my campaign. And I finger of deathed one of the characters.
Oh,
yeah, and I crit.
Oh, that's wrong.
And I killed the character by 9 HP.
Oof. Ooh.
Thank you for the gifted sub, Lexi.
Ooh, thank you, Lexi.
Get Ashley out of ads. And I remember after the session, the character's owner came to me and she said it was so unbelievably cruel to kill my character on the final boss. Like, there's so much that I wanted them still to do. And I said, look, in session 0, I told you character death's a real possibility. Like, the dice do what the dice do.
Yeah.
But she was like, there was a physical pain.
Oh, yeah.
To losing this. Thank you, Pup Dog, for the follow or sub.
We've gotten close once or twice. So the campaign that I'm playing in is Eris is DMing. It's me, Shizu Jersey, and Pally. Shizu has made death saves once, and Pally's come damn fucking close. And there have been moments during campaign where I'm having my character, because I'm playing a mix or a multi-class fighter gunslinger and rogue.
Ooh.
Soul Knife rogue. Because
Ooh, so cool.
the Soul Knife, though, is purely for the vibes. It's just because I can do some cool things, and it's just
yeah.
really, really good for the
Yeah,
lore
the
and the
psychic
backstory.
daggers are amazing.
Yeah. But there have been times that I'm using my disengage and my bonus actions to just sprint over to like Shizu and shove a health potion down her face.
So
Oh,
if Eris is listening, I'll give you a little DM tip I love. Every time a character fails a death saving throw, you -1 from their chance to revive on a full revive, like a reincarnation or a revivify. And it makes your player characters terrified of going down.
no, don't fucking no!
Like,
Because she's already... The last big fight we had, she had already said, like, this is it. You guys are on your own. And Jersey and I are leveling going, shit, we better be able to hit, like, fucking trucks.
yeah. But you know, it's so great because whenever someone goes down, everyone's like, holy shit, stop, we need to get XYZ up, like pop on, like you into that, like heal them right now. Because
I didn't.
I will
didn't
go
give a
over and I will hit a downed player.
I didn't give a shit about the vampire that was right next to me. Bonus action disengage. She was just within my movement speed. So over there, last health potion I have, shoving it down Shizu's throat. Fucking the saving grace is Eris early on in the campaign gave me a 2d10 rifle.
Wow.
And I fucking spun around, shot at the vampire. That was one like that fight. I got 4 nat 20s against Eris. I don't know the mathematic probability to get 4 nat 20s, but I got that was one of them, and I fucking milli rocked him with a forceful shot that pushed him back 15 feet.
You just know Eris is like looking at that 2d10 rifle being like, I gotta fucking break that at some point. Like,
she just gave me a 2d8 pistol.
Damn. Ooh. That's such like early campaign energy. Like, ain't no fucking way my players are getting that.
She gave me a 2d8 pistol, but it's got 5 shots, I think. No, it's got 10. But the ammo isn't the problem. It's only got 15 feet of range. It acts more like a handheld blunderbuss.
15 feet is still a good amount. Like, it's out of reach range. Like 15 and 30, there's not much difference between it.
But you also have to remember, it's a 2d8 pistol, and if Jersey or Pally or Shizu is standing next to them because I'm a rogue and because I'm I'm at level 3, that counts as sneak attack damage.
Yeah.
Which
That's
means
crazy,
when I
bro.
shot the vampire with the crit success with the nat 20, who was standing next to Jersey, I got the fucking crit damage, I got the damage on the rifle, and I got the sneak attack damage, baby. It was fucking brutal.
That's insane, bro. Just you should go, if you had gone assassin instead, first round auto crit, just huge amount.
I thought about assassin, but assassin only gets that auto crit once
on the first round.
Yeah, and then there's nothing to assassin afterwards. I'm just like, yeah, but soul knife sounds so cool.
Yeah,
because there's stuff I can do for like, I can use the psychic talking to each other feature, which I've already used once in campaign.
If you go far enough, you can use the throw dagger and teleport to it.
Yes. I don't know if I'm going to keep leveling rogue though. I may actually put more levels back into fighter now because I want the hit points. And
I love how Chad is back, and now we're just talking about D&D.
Yeah, yeah. Going back, because this story doesn't need to take too long, but so this gentleman was a music teacher. He very well respected in the music industry. Noah Gunderson had heard his version of Spirit in the Sky and was like, "Yo, your version's better than mine. What the hell?" When we were cleaning out his house, we found a guitar signed by James Taylor.
Oh my god!
it was this wasn't just like some, somebody held it up at the stage. Like this was personally to his first name. You're one of the realest I've ever heard, James Taylor. Like this was a real. At this point now is probably 8 years ago, give or take. The cancer came back, and the doctors said, "Listen, we'll treat it, but we're not optimistic this time." And it was watching him decline, I think, that hit me the hardest of all of it. Because, I mean, this is a guy who's hale, he's well met, he's big, bold, full of life. He left my sister's wedding early because he found out, and this is his words, not mine, the love of my life is single. I just found out. I am driving out there today. That's the kind of guy this dude was. It was wild. To watch him fade slowly further and further back. Just something about it, it hurts. But it was after he passed. We went to the funeral, and it was at his church. And I've been to a fair amount of funerals in my day. I've never been to a funeral like this. I've never been to a standing room only funeral. We got there early because my dad and I were acting as pallbearers. We also helped with the communion. And I'm just watching this room fill up more and more, and it's students, musicians, other teachers, girlfriends who all knew each other to the point where, oh, no, I remember we were supposed to get dinner that Wednesday, but he had to cancel. Was he canceling because he was going to see you? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I would never have made him cancel on you. I love you. Like,
Wow.
This is the wildest funeral I've ever seen. It's a celebration of this man's life. There isn't a dry eye in the room when the father up front is, yeah, we have a video we'd like to play. And it's this guy, it's my neighbor, and it's him sitting there going, listen, I just got back from the doctor. I just got the news the cancer's back. And I want you all to know that it's okay. I know what's coming. I'm going to do my best to fight it. But I don't want you to be sad, because that's not how you honor me. Go out and live your life. Do better and be good. And then he started playing, and between the fact that he was a brilliant guitarist, and the only way I can describe his voice was if Barry White... Bren, you're killing the vibe! If Barry White and James Taylor had a baby, that was this guy's voice. He was incredible. He was so talented. And he's singing there, and we're all just weeping because of course you are. But it was such a celebration of life. And that's I love that, because it's the good that a life can have as an impact. That's always been very important to me.
I mean, honestly, I think we hope we all live as good of a life as that man.
Oh God, yeah. With the very healthy relationships. I mean, shit. All them girlfriends knew about each other.
Yeah.
There was no secrets.
One of the things I sometimes think about in the dark moments is like, who will, especially now that I feel like we're so spread as people, right? Like many of my friends are online humans, right? Like, or I've lived all over the world, so like I have friends all over the world. Like, who would show up for my funeral? Like who's like, or even like who would know if I passed, right? Like now that I have a partner, obviously like, she would tell people who needed to know. But like before then, I always thought like, well, like my family knows Vogue exists, for example, but like I don't think my mom has his number. Like, how would he know? Right? Like everything I own is locked down, like my Discord account, my computer. Like I'm the only one, and now my girl know those passwords. But like, how would everyone find out? I don't know. And it is a sobering and sort of a terrifying thought, because like obviously try to make very rich in-person connections. Like, I have great set of friends, like coworkers and stuff who I'm sure would show up if something happened to me. Um, but sometimes I do think about that, like who'd be at my funeral,
Mm.
which is some dark thoughts.
It
And so,
is.
yeah, I think I know we've covered a bunch of really heavy stories. I don't know if there's anything else you guys feel like you want to share before we jump into the deep cut.
Sure. I'll share one more.
Okay.
But first I'll lead with, yo, if I die in the sus bus, I expect each and every one of you to like light the Discord on fire, like a digital pyre in the sky. They just fire everywhere. That's all I need. So much to the point that the server that the physical server that the Discord exists on gets lit on fire. All right.
Yeah,
Brother,
don't worry. And then
Uh,
I'll actually have Cheerio lighted on fire. Like,
brother, if you die on the sus bus and you think I'm not gonna get you a Viking fucking funeral, your body is going to lay in the bus. I'm gonna light that bitch on fire, and we're all gonna dance naked around it. Like
Fun
this is
fact.
gonna happen.
Nomad, I'm an incredible archer. So if we want to do the Viking funeral, like the boat,
It sounds like you and I are lining up together.
yeah, man, yeah, dude.
Hell yes.
God. Also, if I ever die, please Viking funeral me. Like, push my fucking body into a lake. I know it's illegal. Use the money from my estate to fight the lawsuit. Like, light me on fire in the middle of a fucking lake.
I need to go over a waterfall. I need to be like Boromir.
Fair.
That's
Oh,
what I
fair.
need.
Oh God,
I
give me
need
a Boromir death.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
we also need to light you on fire because the reality is, like, someone would find Boromir's body at the bottom of that waterfall and be like,
that's
okay,
what
my brother's
happens.
Corpse.
Yeah, he gets
His
lit on fire
brother
before he goes over the
Faramir finds
right?
his body. Somehow it goes over a
Oh,
waterfall,
yeah.
stays perfectly in the goddamn canoe with all the shit around it because Faramir finds his body with his horn split in twain on his chest.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
And then
but-
has to go tell his dad, and his dad who fucking hates him is like, "Hey, Dad, your favorite son died. Here's
but
his horn."
But in the real world, you'd want to bury a body. Like, that's just disease at this point.
Oh man, do we want to know what the flat earther brother? Yeah, sure. What does the flat?
Oh, that's
earther
gonna be
brother want?
fantastic. There's no way this is not gonna be good.
I guess okay. So the last thing I'm gonna share is I've shared stories about my mentor who pulled me out of a really poor decision making younger fog life. I've also shared that I wear his ashes around my neck and it in a pendant. Of course, the chain is not made of his ashes. That'd be way too metal. But it was sudden. It was sudden, and he wasn't that old. He got taken by a heart attack, and to be fair, when he was quite an eccentric fellow, and I have no doubts in my mind that when he was younger, he experimented with a number of things that probably shortened the span of his life. But that didn't change how much of a hero this man was to me, and how much of a hero he was to the rest of the community. And when I say community, there were a lot of people that he helped, a lot of people that he pulled out of bullshit. So much to the point that said community spray painted a mural of him on the wall. I don't know if you guys have been looking at this Husbus goals, but one of the goals is that I do a street performance. And one of the biggest ways that he got me to get away from doing a lot of dumb shit was to street dance, was to do performances, was to busk for money. And my body isn't the way that it used to be, but it's still got some of it. We'll see. We'll see. And standing under that mural of him, I felt so small, right? I think a big part of it is when you have someone who has given you so much, done so much for you, and they're gone. You just stand there and you you wish you can do them proud. You look around at everyone that is there because of the things that he has done for them, and you're like, how could I ever amount? How do I keep this legacy alive? How do I affect people in a positive way around me? And in what way would you want me to do that? I'm not gonna lie, because like at that time, I took performance and street dance incredibly serious at that time because it was such a big part of my identity, to the point where I, you know, was invited professionally to judge certain competitions, internationally even during that period of my life. But when he passed, I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't show up anymore. I couldn't. And people would be like, no, he would have wanted this, and like, I know, but I just can't. But I will always remember what he's done for me, and I'll always try to do what he did for the people in whatever way that I could, in whatever way that I can. And I guess like a big part of dealing with a loss that is so earth-shattering is figuring out how to pass it forward.
Fair.
Yeah.
I don't know how you pass that forward, but
By doing it for somebody else.
yeah. I mean,
By
I think.
being-
No, go ahead.
And by you never know when somebody who might need you comes into your life, and even if it's just for 20 minutes, be that for somebody else. That's how you honor that. At least in my world.
I think so. It may not be 20 minutes, it may be more. And I know that
Oh, yeah.
I've made some decisions in my life that may have hurt me as well in attempts to stand to that legacy, to the point where, like, you know, you really keep trying to help someone and they just end up using you. There are things that you set out with good intentions and they don't go the way that you want it to go, but that's just part of learning. That's a part of gaining wisdom. That's a part of failing forward.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I'm excited for the Sus Bus. I think you guys are gonna do some wild shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a few wild things. Nothing too crazy on camera. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, with
Subscribe to that
that-
OnlyFans.
Yeah, with that, OnlyFans being wild. Let's do. So we've told some personal stories. Let's do a transition. I think for the last, like, I don't know, 45 minutes, talk more. I don't want to say philosophically, but just like, share some advice, some wisdom from our personal experiences about how to address or deal with some of these things. So let's go to the deep cut. You guys know the drill. This is the serious part of the show. Not that we haven't. I mean, I think now, like, when we set the stage for the deep cut, I think that just sort of is the beginning of the deep cut.
Yeah.
But we're gonna talk more about some heavy topics. Want to say, as always, like, if you agree, great. If you disagree, that's also okay. We'll share our thoughts, debate, and perhaps dole out a nugget of wisdom or two. So I kind of want to go back to one of the questions I asked during earlier, and that is, I think we have this idea of like a good death, which is really interesting because when I think about my life, like, I think no death is a good death, right? I want to live forever, baby. But what do you? I mean, I guess when you guys look forward into your lives, like, I mean, I hope I go like Nomad's neighbor, to be honest. Like, 5 girlfriends surrounded by friends, like Viking funeral. What do you guys think? What do you guys think a good death is? Do you think there's such a thing as that?
Oh, absolutely. I definitely think there's such thing. Okay. I think so. So I think a poor death. Oh, poor death is a terrible way to mention it. Okay, so an unprepared or unready death, right? Nobody can really truly be ready for it, but is when you go out with a lot of regrets, go out with a lot of complaints, go out like so when my up the years leading up to my grandma's death, you know, I could see her becoming just more miserable as a person. Have more regrets, become more needy, become more anxious, avoid certain topics, avoid even death, avoid like and she wasn't happy, right? And it was so hard to see because when you see someone who who like shrinks into themselves more and more as time passes, you realize that they're not necessarily living, they're just doing whatever they can not to actually die. And I think that's one of the more painful ways to deal with death because you keep clinging onto things, you metaphorically keep clawing onto these things that give you meaning and give you purpose, and you can't let go. And I think that in a way, yeah, like I said, I don't want to call it a poor death, but I don't really have another descriptor for it.
I mean, I think if there's like a good death, then on the alternative there has to be like a bad or a poor death.
Yeah,
Maybe a hard death.
Yeah.
yeah, hard death is a better adjective. On the other side, I think that a good death is someone who can say I am ready and mean it, which is damn hard because I think a lot of people say that they're ready and don't mean it. I think a lot of people put on the show and a strong face for people, but I think it's someone who has, like Ed pointed out, like has had a good full life, has been able to do the things that they want and are able to let go of the things that they haven't been able to do, which is incredibly hard. Even if you've had a very good life, if you like, it's so easy to be like, I wish I had done this. I wish my kids were set up better. I wish like they held onto this or learned this. I wish I had spent more time doing this. There's so many things that you could live with woulda, shoulda, coulda, and that can really it can send you on a spiral. But to be able to say, I'm ready and mean it, God, I think that's damn near mythical. Like, I think I would like to believe I've seen it in very, very, very few people. I wouldn't know because I'm not them. I wouldn't know what their inner thoughts truly are because anyone can put on a show. But I think like it shows through their actions, through who they are, how they converse, how they're able to smile even through the pain. If it's a slow, illness-ridden death, I think you can kind of see it.
It's funny that you mention it that way because I think then it's funny. I don't like the term good death, maybe because I've seen a lot of dumb shit online about, oh, I just want a good death, my bleed out spot after my heroic last stand, and oh, this is what men would choose for their good. Like, it's all the social media bullshit that you see when you're doom scrolling. You're just like, this is so dumb. You don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. It drives me crazy. But I think if we're talking about it kind of more in the way, Vog, you put it, my great grandmother lived to be 102 years old. She was born in Bulgaria. She was of the Jewish faith. And if anybody is doing math, this was years ago when she passed. So if anybody's doing enough math, you're realizing 102. Yes, she was in Bulgaria at the very wrong time. And she survived the Nazis. She survived emigration from her home country to Greece, from Greece to what at the time was the British Mandate of Palestine, from there over to the United States. And this is all with 2 children and a husband who had escaped a concentration camp, all in tow. I like to think that she made 102 just to spite the motherfuckers who tried to kill her simply because of her religion.
Fuck
Um,
yeah.
Yeah, I genuinely think there was a little bit of spite there, and God love you, you deserved it. But she did actually when we were getting close. It was actually right after my sister got married, and she was very open about, I think it's my time. I'd like to see my great granddaughter get married. If that's in the cards for me, I think that would be lovely. She didn't, unfortunately, because her health had taken a bit of a turn, so she wasn't feeling well, and it was an October wedding, and it was colder outside, so she was not able to make it, which was a bit of a bummer. But I think she did. I think she was properly ready. She wanted to go see her husband. She wanted to go see. She outlived one of her children, which I can't even fathom that. Again, it's just,
Jesus.
and that was just due to pure illness. But I think she was like actually ready, like she had made peace with it. My children are all in as good a place as I think they can be. My grandchildren are doing well. My great grandkids are doing well. I got to meet them, which, I mean, how many don't get to say that?
Yeah.
I think she got there. And the funny thing is, because the other one I think about is my mom's dad, my grandfather, who his last day on earth was spent with my mom, my brother. They had gone down because my mom needed to just help my granddad or grandpa out with something. And they stayed there that night. And they went out to his favorite fucking dive bar where they ordered, he got some pasta dish, but he kept trying to convince my brother he should get the mussels. My brother is not a big mussels fan, but my mom was like, just get the goddamn mussels. I'll get you something later on the ride back. Just shut the fuck up and get the mussels. So my
Yeah.
brother got the mussels, which my grandfather ate some of them. I think the one regret that man left this world with, for some reason, and to this day, my mother's like, I don't know why he didn't order a beer.
Oof, yeah.
He did not order a beer, but that night he went to sleep, having had dinner with his daughter. And I don't mean this in any sort of negative way towards my uncles. My uncles are great guys. My grandfather and my mother shared a very close bond. My mother held his hand as he buried his wife. My mom was the one who was there more than anybody else. There's a connection there that just doesn't happen with, the other kids when that sort of shit happens. So he was with my mom. He was with my brother. He laid down that night. He closed his eyes, and that was that. There was no pain. There was no decline. He was still sharp as a tack. The Parkinson's that he had gotten to him a little bit, but he could still play chess because we still played whenever I was down there. He still kicked the shit out of me because he was ruthless as a chess player. But he just closed his eyes, and that was that. He got to go see his wife. He got to go see his little brother and his sister. And that, to me at least, maybe, again, I don't know if I like the term good death, but
Least bad.
yeah, I don't know how I even want to. Maybe we just use good death in this moment, and for me, I think that is good. I think to go out at a little bit of peace, having had a good night with your kid and your grandkid, you had a good meal. Maybe you didn't have that beer. I personally wouldn't have, because the man was a diehard Rheingold fan, which, Jesus God, nobody should drink that rot gut. But maybe that is a good way to go.
Yeah. I feel like it's interesting because my grandparents, like, I feel like they left a lot unfinished. And so even though they were like in their 90s, I don't know if I consider, like, maybe it's just my my parents' families are both not ideal. And so like there was a lot of bickering around like what to do with them, as they got older. Yeah, I think that's as good as it gets, man. I agree. Like, I want my last meal to be a pint of Guinness, like a good pint of Guinness. Yeah, just go to sleep and just fucking. I don't know. I never want children, so I kind of always wonder what it'll be like who will be there. But
Yeah.
yeah, just a pint of Guinness. Hopefully someone will come take care of my dog afterwards. I think that's the best it gets.
That's the one downside. I know I will never be able to have. If you asked me, like, you're 80 years old, what's the last thing you want before you go? I will never be able to have that meal.
Why not?
What's the meal?
My mom's shepherd's pie.
Oof.
That's if you told me I had to go out and that was the last thing I could have, that's what I'd want, and I will obviously never be able to have that, and that's kind of fucking. That's a touch rough, but
nothing will be the same as mom's meals. I feel the same. Like, I have the recipe, I make it exactly the specification. It's still not the fucking same.
It doesn't taste the same. Yeah. Does not taste the same.
It's not made with love.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not
made with okay, I wouldn't say that. It's not made with the same type of love.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know, Vog, if you have something to say, or if you want to move on to the next question.
No, I think we can move
on. This is an interesting one. We've obviously talked about loss and grief and like how very personal loss is. And how do you guys handle grief? Like, what is your and I guess I can start because I actually do something that is deeply unhealthy, and my therapist always tells me I shouldn't do this. I distance myself. When I have close personal grief, I kind of feel very out of my body, like very mechanical. Like, I'll just walk, usually to a bar, which I know is extremely unhealthy, but I'll grab a beer or a whiskey and I'll just sit there and just like stare at the wall. Any kind of grief, personal loss, professional loss, like whenever I get fired from a job or like lose a job or a contract or something, like, I'll always go. I had a favorite bar I used to go to, and I would grab one single beer and just sit there and just slowly sip it and just stare at the fucking wall. And I know it's terrible because I think in some ways it's substance abuse. Although obviously, like, I don't get drunk. I just have a beer. That's how I process it. Like, I need time for my brain to work things out, and I want to be around people, but I don't want anyone to talk to me. So that's how I process.
I think I wouldn't necessarily call that substance abuse.
Yeah.
I would call it more a form of disassociation, right?
I mean,
sometimes
I think it's,
even if like.
Yeah, I think it's substance abuse. I mean, obviously not abuse, right? Because it's not like I'm going and getting obliterated or like reliant on it. It's more of like the overall vibe of my grief, like, needs a beer, usually like a thick malty one, to sort of like accompany me on the journey of processing it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think since I turned 21, I haven't had a drink to memorialize somebody as they've passed. And sometimes, if it's a very dear friend or somebody who's close to me, I'd maybe not a bar, because I don't like people for the most part. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like crowds, so, but I will still raise a toast to somebody with a nice whiskey or a beer. Or if they're wine drinkers, a nice red. I actually think in a way you're probably doing something more healthy than a lot of people. There's people who get destructive as shit when people die. They want to break everything and everyone around them. You need to be around people without being with people. and you're using the muscle memory of go to bar, get beer, and sit as a way to process. People process things differently. I process things in a physical manner. I need to work. I need to do something. I need to feel my body fucking moving. I need to feel my muscles straining. I need to feel my mind shut the hell up. And I need to work. It's how I process everything, though. I don't think you're actually doing anything wrong.
I don't think it's wrong per se. I mean, I wish I had healthier coping habits, right? Like, even if it's just like sitting at home and staring at a wall. But like, I love that feeling of being around life after you have a loss. Like knowing and appreciating that like 99% of the world is going around their lives, and like the world is greater than you and your problems. But also that like, I don't know. I think there's something comforting about being around people. If you don't talk to them, it's like the vaguest sense of community.
Okay, I'm not saying how you're looking at this is necessarily wrong, but if I may offer it in a different way, there are people who they get done with a funeral and they go home with their significant other, and the first thing they do is spend an hour tearing each other's clothes off and jumping in bed together
Hell
because they
yeah.
need to feel the life. They need to feel alive. They need to feel like life still exists. I think you're just doing the same thing, only you're keeping your clothes on, which, I'm sorry for you.
Well, I did. Well,
I'm just saying,
okay, I didn't say I was keeping my clothes on at the bar.
Brother, if you're getting naked at the bar after that,
Stared at the wall.
I mean,
just tell me which bar, I'll bring the singles.
back in my single days, there may have
Back
been
in
the
my day.
occasional like, hey, I need to feel alive. Let's blow up this bar bathroom. But not in many years. I get it though. I don't think it's a particularly unhealthy way to cope. I want to be clear. My therapist does wish I like, called someone and was like, hey, I need to talk for a little bit or something, But in general, like I think in the end, like a lot like the first I would say like 2 to like 48 hours of grief is just like it's shock, really. It's like, how could this happen? What does this mean? Selfishly, sometimes it's like, what does this mean for me, right? Like, do I need to... My boss, about 2 weeks ago, I work at a very high-powered job. My boss is very senior. Her mom had an aneurysm and passed very suddenly. And she had to go back to the UK. And I remember she called me the morning her mother died. And she was like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to make this meeting. And I was like, it's okay. Like, I got this. And she was like, your next 2 weeks are going to be hell while I figure this out. And I was like, it's okay. Like, your mother, at this point, she was on life support, but like, we all knew she was going to die. Like, go, like, do what you need to do. I'll cover it. And like, I know you guys know, like, I've been slammed these last couple of weeks. Like, she just came back this week. But I just remember being like, oh, she's in shock. Like, she knows she doesn't need to apologize for being like, hey, you need to work harder or do something while cover for me. But like in her mind, she's like so mechanical. Like, of course she's gonna apologize. And she was like, the morning her mom had an aneurysm, she was like asking me about like specific emails, and I was like, I got it. Like, I got this. Like, you hired me because I'm incredibly competent. Like, let me handle this. I'll get IT to give me access to your inbox, like whatever, like I'll figure it out. You don't need to worry about it. But I think like kind of doing those mechanical things really helped.
Sure.
So processing grief is crazy. How do you do it? I know Nomad, you said you memorialize with a stiff drink.
Yeah.
I think that's a good tradition.
I mean, if we're talking about the actual... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I will say,
No.
like, the way that I do is probably more unhealthy, because it isn't drinking, it isn't like getting wasted, it isn't substance abuse, but it is just throwing myself into work.
Yeah.
Right, like it's another form of disassociation because you know what works, and you know what will fill your brain. and you know what will stop you from thinking about it,
Mhm.
especially in the moments of like shock. That like the quiet moments are the worst, right?
Yeah.
There's something to be said about people I think who are addicted to like social media, to like doom scrolling, things like that, because I think, and don't feel called out, anyone who might feel like this might be calling them out, because people doom scroll for any number of reasons. I think there are a number of people who just cannot be alone with their thoughts,
So
who can't
true.
lay down there and not have any stimulus, will go crazy because of the self doubt, because of whatever might be screaming at them. And in times of loss, I cannot have any silent moments. I will
Mm.
fill it with anything, and more times than not, I will fill it with work, because games is not games or any other leisure things, like they're too slow.
Yeah,
Like
they're not
they're, you know
engaging
what I mean?
enough.
Like your brain can think of other things,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, you're throwing yourself into work is, yeah, that's something I think we all do.
Yeah, like the going and having a drink is one thing. For me, my biggest process is physicality of some sort. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go hiking. Um, I need to be moving, and I need to do something of an exerting nature because it helps to clear my mind. And when my mind is clear, I can do my best thinking. I can do my best processing. So
Mhm. I guess sort of the work topic leads me into the next question, which is like we've all experienced loss. We all know like mental health days are a real thing, but eventually you need to go back. And usually it's
Mm.
before you're ready, right? Like grief is not something you get over in like a couple days or even a week, right? How do you deal with your pain while also like, for lack of a better word, I'm gonna say pretending to be a real person?
At least for me, like based on what I just answered, like it's easier to pretend to be a real person than to deal with it on your off time.
You know?
Because at least then you don't have to think about it. Because at least then everything else is screaming at you and telling you that it's more important, even though deep down you know it's not. But for the sake of purpose, like for the sake of image, for the sake of expectations, for the sake of money, it is more important. And it's easier to justify being distracted and escape from processing what you probably should.
Mm,
mm, I don't know. I think this one. I think I'm usually pretty good at just putting on a brave face. There are plenty of times when I've lost somebody and I go into work the next day, kind of thing. It's like, oh, didn't so and so just pass? I mean, do you need some time? No, I'm good. I can handle. I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Just put the mask on, do what I have to do. I don't know. Maybe I don't like pity,
yeah.
so I'd rather just seem hard when in reality I'm very much. I'm feeling it. I know what happened, but I just don't want to hear it. I don't want the platitudes. I don't want the what how can I help or what I need to focus.
I agree. I tend to not tell people around me until long after. Um, like the platitudes do nothing for me, and all I do is remind me of what I've lost. And so,
Yeah.
you know, I totally
It's
understand.
somehow worse
Yeah,
when people try to be there for you. Sometimes.
I mean, it depends. Like, obviously, my close friends, I let be there for me. I think it is important to like let your immediate support system know, but like people who I like don't really care about, or for lack of a better word, like they're not part of my core group, like nah, You don't need to know what's happening. Just like it's easier for me if you treat me like everything's okay. And like I was kind of surprised about how open my boss was about it. Like she like called a meeting and she's referenced it a number of times because I'm like, I guess like personally, like I don't want the and I guess this kind of goes to the next question. Like, what do people say that helps and what doesn't? Like in my mind, nothing anyone says helps. Like for me, like thoughts and prayers or like that's so sad or I'm so sorry. Like I understand the person just trying to help, but it just feels empty to me. Like you don't necessarily really understand what I'm going through. And even if you do, like you acknowledging it's not helping me. It's just bringing the pain up. Like I'd prefer you for you just ignore it while I process it. And so for me, like when I lose people, I mean, my dear friends, right? People close to me, like I'm happy to tell them and I'm happy to let them like, ask me questions or be vulnerable with them. But like for the general public, like, don't buy me flowers, like don't tell me everything's gonna be okay. Like, God, please don't say thoughts and prayers. Like that is the most empty platitude anyone can say. And
That's because of social media.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Dude, if someone actually said thoughts and prayers in person, it's like it means to start a fight. Like I would feel like that's sarcastic at that point.
Yeah.
One thing that has really helped me, and like only because it's the first time I ever heard it, and I know it's become more of a trend lately, but it was the first time I heard it, and it was I don't really remember what I was going through, but someone came up to me and said, like, because I was doing the usual, right, throwing myself in work, acting like everything was okay, just keeping busy, and said to me, "It's okay not to be okay." And I know it's become more of a popular saying as of late, but I felt like, at least in that moment, like I've lived my whole life thinking that you need to be okay. And this, in some ways, this loops back to our first episode about masculinity, because you're just taught that you need to have a strong face, that you need to be the rock, you need to be okay at all times, but nobody tells you that you don't need to be. And at least until that point in my life, nobody had told me that. And I think it was helpful because it let me be like, oh, I'm allowed to cry, I'm allowed to hurt, I'm allowed to be angry, I'm allowed to be frustrated, I'm allowed to feel all these negative emotions. No one's depending me in that way but me. And I am like destroying myself trying to keep myself from feeling these things. But it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and it is okay to be okay. It's okay to not be okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's also okay to be okay. Like, I guess this is a bit of an aside, but like, oh God, sometimes people around me have passed and I just like, maybe I wasn't so close to them. Obviously I feel bad, but like, I don't feel that same grief. And maybe that makes me kind of an asshole, but yeah, I think it's okay to be okay. It's also okay not to be okay. Like, however you process your grief is fine. How has loss changed you, the way you look at life, and what has it taught you?
It was when I was sitting in that funeral, watching people standing. And this was not a small church, mind you. This was a big ass church. We're talking 300-400 people in this thing. But it was watching everybody. And some people had only known this man for a few minutes. Like 20-minute interaction kind of thing. You never know who your life is going to touch. You never know the impact you're going to have on somebody. Try to always live your life to respect that. I've always tried to live a good full life. I don't want to leave anything undone. I don't want to leave anything unsaid. I don't want to leave anything untried. I also don't want to leave with the regret that maybe I did something that negatively impacted somebody. Maybe
Mm.
I was the reason that somebody's life took a turn, you know? I spent enough time doing that in my 20s. I'm okay in my 30s and 40s trying to leave the world a better place than it was.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think when you look at someone at a good death, going back to good death, bad death, hard death, you see the people that are left behind. And you realize just in a snippet, in its own way, you know, maybe they were private people, but in a snippet, you see how they affected the world around them. And you just want to learn to be good to people around you because you never know who might look up to you, who might be that affected by your loss, who might dislike you, who might hold onto a grudge. And I think there's enough like garbage in this world that it's like, at least for me, I look at like, for example, I talked about the mural. I look at the people that are affected, some of which I knew, a lot of which I didn't. And like a community was created by this person. Not because they wanted to, but because they just wanted to make the world better. And I think in no small way that's affected just the way that I am as a human and what I want to do for people. And I hope that will carry on because I think we need more of it, especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think in many ways, like death teaches us almost as much as life does. I guess I just think what I've learned is you can take the bad, you take good and bad from someone passing, right? I think much like you do anything, you think, God, I want to do these things. God, I don't want to do these things. But like, I think what I've learned, you know, I've had enough like healthy people around me pass. It's like, man, it can strike like thunder, like quick and sudden. And so just fucking live every day the way you want to live it. Like, I think if anything, I think I think what I've learned is like be unapologetically yourself. And if people don't like that, like fuck them. You know, the last thing I would want to do is go through life like pretending to be not who I am. You know, like be genuine. And you know what I found is like if you're genuinely yourself, like and consistent about it, people accept it, and people who don't, like they're just not really around, and that's okay. Like you have to be everyone's cup of tea. You know, like kind of like Nomad said, like you can fill a church, you know, just being you. And it sounds like that guy was genuinely fucking amazing. But also had like how many girlfriends? Yeah, just be yourself, be you, and just live genuinely. We're coming up on ads, and so I'll touch one final topic before I think we can slowly close down. I think I want to in the future do a full deep dive on legacy because I think it's a very interesting topic and something that I know all of us talk among ourselves about. But like, what do you want to leave behind when all is said and done?
I think it's really difficult to think about this or to even think like to speak on this because death seems like such a nebulous thing that seems so far away yet looms over every corner, right? Like, you know, with when it comes to like your surgery or like car accidents that might happen, accidents that may occur, right? Like but still somehow feels so nebulously and in the future, 50, 60 years from now, if we're lucky. That it's hard to think about, like, what do we want to leave behind? Because I feel like that's so vague. But in a way, I think we each and every one of us unconsciously work towards it based on the
100%.
things that we've learned. When I started down the ASMRP route, even before I had a Discord, even before there was like a active like speaking community, I would write like really long like notes in the YouTube posts because I didn't want it to just be about like these characters and fantasies and stuff like that. I wanted there to be like genuine notes about things that I was struggling with at the time. And I know that maybe there are some people that are active now that remember those days, but it's like I wanted to leave real things, even if it was from an anonymous masked entity, because I didn't want my content to just be about escape, right?
Mm.
I want to be like, hey, this is entertaining, but I know that there's a lot of things that we struggle with. And that evolved into a community that is there for each other. And I've really seen it evolve as a space that is there for each other and cares for each other. And I think like it'll continue to grow in whatever shape that it takes. And if I died tomorrow, I think in a way I'm proud that this community has affected so many people's lives in a positive manner. And I don't want to speak for you two, but I also feel like I've seen both of your communities. Well, I guess Dom is slowly starting to build his own with this podcast, but like we do these genuine things, we do these hard talks, we do these deep things, we do these vulnerable things because we want to talk about the things that sometimes we avoid.
I mean,
And I think death is a huge part of it.
yeah. I mean, 100%. I've talked about it in a number of videos, but like, I mean, we talked about content creation from a long time before I actually sort
on a
of did
break.
it.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's okay. Well, we can keep going. This is kind of an aside anyway. We talked about content creation for a long time before I actually took the jump. And the reason I did was because I think one of the amazing things is like we're making content by doing this that I feel like is actually important. Like, I think it's so rare for even strong groups of friends to have discussions like this. I have many friends, acquaintances, like people I'm close to. Like, rarely do I get to talk about the real deep topics with them. And to do this in front of people is both a very humbling and a very powerful thing, because I hope the people in the audience are connecting with the things we're saying or reflecting them back on their own lives and their own experiences and their own choices. And like, I think by keeping the conversations we have very personal, and we don't necessarily talk about things that have like a clear right and a wrong answer, right? These are more about how we feel about things that are shared experiences, whether it's toxic relationships or community or success, right? These are things that like every human goes through. We're not talking about like specific topics, right? That like, have research or have a right or wrong answer. It's more about how we feel about the personal things we go through. Like, to me, this makes that experience more of a shared community experience. And that's what really resonated with me about it. And that's why I chose to make this kind of content. I also know, like, many of the people who follow us or come watch, like, I know they love like the light stuff, right? Like the dick jokes we make, people love listening to Nomad crash out, or like me fucking talk for like 20 minutes about my midnight shits. Like, I know people love that, right? That's funny. We're entertaining guys. That's why they're there. And I do love that light part. Like, I just love us being able to shoot the shit and sort of, just sort of say whatever. But like this deep shit, like this is to me like the legacy I hope to leave. On like one small corner of the internet, there was people who were willing to be vulnerable and have sort of real talks. And I think, sometimes admit things about themselves that are not pretty, right? That are not like social media glitzy, right? It's not sexy or hot or glitzy to imagine me like tears running down my face in a fucking bar with a Guinness. Like that's kind of fucking sad. But like, you know what? It's true. And you know, for all the glitzy things I do, like I also do a whole lot of that. And so I think it's just real. And that's, I don't know, I think a lot of the content online is just not real and raw. And I think that's okay because we need escapism, but like having a place that feels very real, very genuine, very raw. At least I haven't found a lot of that on the internet, and that's a shame.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, we've kind of gone through everything, gentlemen. I don't want to
We haven't
end
heard,
before people. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we haven't heard
Nomad.
from Nomad, but we can also patty cake for like 30 seconds.
Okay.
Patty cake.
Quick.
Bakers, I don't know how
Most
it goes.
bonable Pokemon. Go.
Vaporeon,
Bonable
easy money.
Pokemon.
Okay.
Ooh.
I've read those AO3 tags. I know what's up.
Why Vaporeon? Okay, but like Vaporeon literally looks like a dog, like a fish dog.
Slippery.
Well, then why not like a Poliwag?
Yeah,
with those lips, though?
yeah, literally. Like, why not like a
because that's like
Poliwag?
what? Do you really want to bone a frog? Like really? Like really? Do you want to bone a frog?
I mean,
Really?
do you really want to bone a dog?
I don't want to bone any of them. To be brutally honest, I'd rather bone fucking Officer Jenny or Nurse what's her face.
Yeah,
Oh,
Nurse Joy.
Yeah.
Nurse
yeah,
Joy.
yeah.
What was it? Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff got the stretchiness. that you need.
Adult
life.
Misty.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I get that. I can get that.
Fair.
Oh yeah, or any of the officers / nurses. Officer Jenny, Nurse Joy can get it.
Yes,
1000%.
yes.
Screws.
Honestly, Ash's mom.
Ash's mom has
You know,
got a
Kenny,
you
you
know-
don't remember what she looks
You
like.
know Professor Oak is laying that oak, if you know.
Oh god, yeah. She only woman in town. I'm thinking every dude is.
What do
Tentacruel?
you-
That's crazy, Annie.
Yeah,
Whoa, that's some
Tentacruel
energy.
is absolutely crazy, bro. That's a lot of tentacles.
A swarm of them. All right.
All right.
But they're
Back to the yeah, they're back now. Nomad.
All right.
What do you hope you leave behind? And then we'll wrap.
I've talked about this a few times. I started doing this because I was in a really bad place during the pandemic, as a lot of people were. I discovered this outlet of content through a couple of very talented creators, and it at least did something that allowed me to breathe just a little bit. And ever since, I was of the volition that if I can do that for even one person, I'll take that as a win. I still do it with that in mind. Don't get me wrong. I like the fact that I can make some money off this. I can support myself a little better off this. This has given me some incredible friends. This has given me some incredible people in my life. But at the end of the day, I still want to leave the world a better place than I found it. If my impact is only that a few people in one corner of the internet had a better day because of me, that's enough. I'd love to leave a bigger impact, a better impact on the world if I could. I'm always striving to do something. And I sound like such a self-righteous prick when I speak like this. I know I do. But I'm always trying to figure out how I can leave the world around me a little better. Because the world kind of fucking sucks right now.
Yeah.
So anything I can do to lessen that load, I will. But if it's even only the messages I've gotten during Pride Month that say, I never had somebody tell me they were proud of me because I came out, and hearing you felt like my dad saying it to me, which I've always needed, or listening to this audio helped me process this emotion or that. You know what? That's good enough. That can still be a good legacy to leave, that even a few people's lives were made better because of what I did.
Yeah. Making the world a better place. That's really all I think anyone can want from a legacy.
I don't think it makes you self-righteous at all.
Yeah, but when I talk about it, I sound like a self-righteous prick. Like, I know how it comes. I am a white man in a country where I am a passing straight man. I'm white.
Yeah.
I have all the privilege in the world, and I just want to leave the world. Like, I sound like a self-righteous asshole. I know I do, and it's okay. I can admit that about myself. I come off like a self-righteous asshole.
Well, as someone who is actually a straight white man, like, trust me, anything you say is gonna come off from a place of privilege. So just doesn't mean you can't still mean it, right? Like, I think the
True.
idea of making the world a better place is something that, like, I wish we had more of today. You know, I don't know about you, but I've noticed, like, more and more people just seem to just, like, not give a fuck anymore. And it's a damn shame, because if
Yeah.
everyone just did a little impact, like, you know, I always think, like, if everyone just stopped littering outside of trash cans, like, imagine how much better our world would just be. Like, they're right there. Just throw your shit in them. You know, like,
Yeah.
if everyone just did
Yeah.
like a little better, right? Like, our world would be so much nicer.
There is a quote, and it's from the end of the Hobbit movies. It's not in the books, but I think about it a lot when Thorin is dying in Bilbo's arms. And I'm probably going to get it wrong, but I'm going to get the gist of it, so that's kind of all that matters. But he says something to the effect of, if more people valued home over gold, the world would be a merrier place. And I think about that one a lot.
It's true. Wow. Well, I think we'll end with that. I think that's the right place to end it. I do want to make one call out. Did you guys know it's International Women's Day today?
I do not.
I did not either, but I got a couple pings, and so I just want to take a moment.
You mean we didn't spend International Women's Day, us three cisgendered men talking about women? Damn it!
I don't think
We missed the
necessarily.
goddamn.
I don't think we necessarily needed to talk about that the whole time, but I think we should throw out a call out to the amazing women who help us and make our lives better. And so I just want to take a quick moment to call out, like, all of the women around us three. Y'all are amazing. We literally could not do many of the things we do without you guys. Pally, our amazing artist, our amazing mods, Cheerio and Eris, all of the amazing, like, women in our lives. I want to call out my mama. Like, you know, she made this clusterfuck. So, you know, shout out to Nomad's mom, who seems amazing. I've never met Vog's mom, but I really want to.
I love my mom. Mom's great. She's one of those people who will have a good death. I genuinely believe that.
Having made the world a better place. Thank you, Unknown, for the subs to Eris. Just, you know, I guess to wrap this up, like, you know, things happen quick, and given it's International Women's Day, like, go tell the women in your life that you appreciate them. I mean, go tell everyone, but especially the women. Many of the things we do on this show, such as surprising our friends with quizzes, could not be possible without the women who fed me information on the DL. So just, you know, really want to shout out everyone, and of course our lovely audience. If any of you are women or identify as women, you know, obviously thank you so much. Actually, I'll just thank everyone, but especially the
Yeah, yeah.
ladies out there. Thank you guys for taking this journey with us. It's always kind of a interesting way to go, but thank you guys for spending your Friday mornings with us.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Whatever, man. It could be Friday, it could be Sunday. Who fucking knows, bro? It could be Tuesday. I have no idea. I'm
Thank
late
you all
to
for
work.
spending your June with us.
Yeah. Wait, I thought it was
June.
November.
Ah, shit.
Jeez.
All right. You guys want to say anything as we sort of exit?
Thank you guys for getting through 2 episodes of really hard things. I know that for a lot of you guys, these topics are triggering, and if you need to walk away, we respect that, and we thank you for prioritizing yourselves in moments that are harder, and also want to thank you guys for being with us in these hard moments. We know it's difficult. It's difficult for us too, and like we said, we want to be able to share those moments of vulnerability, of hardness, with you. Hardness sounds really weird. Moments of hardness. Yeah, that sounds really weird out of context. So please don't clip that. But we want to share moments where we can share pain, share our personal pain, and personal feelings with you guys. And so, really, just want to thank you guys for being here. Yeah.
What? Joking aside, and if it makes you all feel better, I'm also the asshole who laughs at funerals. I can't help it. It'll be the worst moment too. It'll be like, I remember this person. They were so beautiful, and it's just something about that overwhelming, grief. I laugh. I can't help it. Thus why I laugh at Vogg's hardness.
I'm so hard right now.
Wow.
No, in all seriousness, though, these can be a little hard. So, thank you for sharing this with us.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
No, I just read Cass.
You guys are fucking. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Sharing your hardness on International Women's Day? How kind of you.
Well,
God, I don't even know why I read it like that.
That was a fucking choice. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, bro. I've been looking for. So, fun fact, guys, did you know that right now we are the #2 live podcast on Twitch that is currently
Holy
live at this
fucking-
moment, which is
That's
crazy.
King, make a slut. King, make a slut.
But I have been. I know most of you guys come from Vog and Nomad's ASMR crowd, but I've been looking for other podcasts to go check out, and I actually found one that is they're talking about female and minority representation in gaming right now. And so rather than do one of our typical raids to one of the friendos, although I know many of them are live and you guys should all go check out. I think Mel is live. I think Streaky is live. Go check them out. We're gonna go raid another podcast and see what they're talking about. So I'm gonna send you guys to
Men suck.
Yeah. Also, I want to point out we're 2 listeners from #1 podcast live on Twitch right now. So, guys, we're doing this whole podcast thing. Just want to say much love, guys. Thank you so much to the community. Hope everyone has a great rest of Sunday. And yeah, we're gonna go raid some potentially new friendos, and let's go check out what they're talking about. So love you guys. Have a great rest of your days, and I'll let the guys say goodbye to you.
Already?
Come on.
Goodbye.
Say a heartfelt
We
goodbye,
love you,
motherfuckers.
kind of.
Say a heartfelt goodbye.
I guess we're thankful that you showed up, I guess. But you know what? Don't expect much thanks. Okay, bye.
Ladies, you're welcome that I shared my hardness with you on International Women's Day. And yes,
That's how I'm signing this one out. Because again, I'm a self-righteous asshole.
Whoa.
Have a great
Well-
Sunday, baby.
How am I the most genuine motherfucker on this podcast? You guys are animals.
Bitch, I cried an hour and a half ago. What do you mean?
Bye,
Alright.
bye,
Bye, guys.
Oh my
We
god.
love
Have a great
You
Sunday,
already-
y'all.
God,
Oh my
why
God,
are we still on?
Bye. Bye.